Welcome back, guys. This is the Injustice 2 Pro Series presented by Samsung and Simple Mobile, where the online IPS Cup for Europe is just about to go into its top 8. My name is Ketchup, and I'm joined, as always, by Mustard. And, you know, as far as an online cup goes, this has been going smooth so far, I find, in terms of, like, you know, the players that we have qualified, the storylines for the top 8 we're about to see. There's actually a lot going on here that not everyone watching at home is actually going to know. So, you know, Jake, you've got some of the standings in front. We're about to go into our first match of top 8, which I believe is Tekken Master versus Dizzy TT. Why is this stream so important to these guys?
So we know that both of these players are individuals that have been around to many of the Injustice Pro Series events this year already, and have had kind of mixed results. Tekken Master is definitely coming out stronger in terms of like placements and points to go alongside with it, but it really is this kind of one-off event that really helps kind of give you that point injection you need to be more stable. So Tekken Master is playing for stability in the chance to making it into the top 12, and Dizzy is playing for a chance to even make it into the top 12. Because Dizzy has been to, he was at EVO, he was at CEO, he was at Vianality, and he is at this point, he's the king of 9th place. Dizzy finds himself consistently getting close to big point territory, but not close enough to really make an impact. Whereas obviously Tekken Master is not having the success he did last year, but is still looking strong to getting points on the way. And this event is going to be crucial for both of them to really solidify that spot and having a realistic chance at making the finals later this year.
For me, the two players that we're looking at the most are Irish Mantis and Tekken Master, right? Because again, I'm going to go back to the website. I'm going to look at the current standings, give it a refresh, just, you know, for safety. But the top 12 players in the IPS go through to the IPS finals. And then obviously we have extra qualification spots, you know, Liga Latina, Last Chance Qualifier, Northern Arena, and the European program. So we know that that's going to be like, you know, the roadmap basically for how you make it into the finals at the end of the year. And top 12 right now, we have Tweedy, Biohazard, Rewind, Samij, Sonic Fox, Gross, Hayate, Honeybee, Scar, Nubcakes, Silverai, and Tekken Master. That is currently the top 12. Tekken Master is 12th with 110 points. Big D is under him with 105. And then just underneath that is Gunshow and Irish Madness that have 100. So Madness is only 10 points behind Tekken Master. Happy Pow is only 5 points behind Mantis. So these guys, all of them need to win. If they win, they're in a great position to have a way better chance, obviously, but winning, I think, is mandatory here. You know, it's like a huge chunk of points. Seeing as European players don't get to travel to IPS events as much either. That's the thing. So Dizzy TT versus Tekken Master, this is interesting. They've both gone hidden select. We know Dizzy can play multiple characters, as can Tekken Master, but who Tekken Master's going to pick, I have no idea.
So last time they played was in Vienna, Vianality, which was a Swift 3-0. Which was a Swift 3-0 from Tekken Master. It was... I'm actually getting confused by following the characters. I'm like, what are they doing? This is where the matchup really begins. Look, this is the 1v1.
I feel like what's happened here is that what happened is I wonder if one of them second guessed whether they've actually picked the right character. Yeah, now Tekken Master just gone in for Atom. What is going on? Guys, pick your characters. This is the first mix-up. First mix-up. But I think one of them... Wait, sorry, just real quick. I think one of them hesitated and went back, which made the other one second guess it as well. And they've gone, let's just pick the character we know we're going to play. Let's not do this anymore.
This is the true scramble in the game itself. But regardless, last time they played, it was 3-0 to Tekken Master. It was his Green Arrow versus Dizzy's Catwoman. It was a very consistent 3-0. But Atom is going to be the choice for Tekken Master. I've already seen his Atom today, and it looks really tidy and ready to go. So I'm excited to see how this matchup specifically plays out. Because I know that Dizzy's a very stable, very calculated player, and Atom kind of throws all that under the throws it under the bus a little bit, especially in the hands of Sonic Tekken Master that knows how to be really hard to defend against.
That's the thing. Catwoman is all about playing clean, and Atom is like the least clean character in this entire game, but by design. That's how the character is to be played. So if you know how to really take a character's strength, that is how you use this character the most effectively. The ground pound zoning actually works really well against someone like Catwoman, because she hasn't got a projectile game to counter poke with, or counter zone, I think is a better term. She has to get in. So this ground pound kind of establishes lots of dominance in the neutral.
Speaking of which, though, Tekken Master's definitely winning the neutral right now. Is that? Oh wow! Actually, that was a down one attempt to get a combo.
I think it was,
Tekken Master,
yeah.
but I didn't quite get it.
Definitely a punish attempt that did not come through. The jump 2! Wow, active for so long, it just caught it. Barrels. Oh, just gets caught. Good catch.
I wonder if Dizzy tried to evade that one, but it was not meant to be. Oh, instant jump. The lighter version from Dizzy, the speed is gonna be the jump heavy that Tekken Master stuck out. What's the wake up option? There it is. Oh, normal teleport.
There it is, push block to keep him in the wall. Tries to anti-air, jumps. Sorry, hits with the jump 3. Every ounce of damage the Tekken Master's going to do here is going to be just so irritating for Dizzy. Jump 3, really good. You know, that jump 3 is really like high priority.
And there's the trait again. We're yet to see Tekken Master get, I was about to say, he's yet to get a nice chunk of damage from the trade. That's like his 4th attempt, it seems. To jump with the patience of Tekken Master.
He's gonna be happy. He's content sitting there blocking, I think. He has the life lead. He doesn't have to overextend too much. This extreme hit and run style is just working wonders.
Oh, there's a full combo punish. Dizzy's been looking for that the whole game. No air tech for Tekken Master. He's holding onto the bar.
Okay, here we go. Obviously, opts not to meter burn, just to keep the bar. Has to be careful. What's the cross up? No clash. Interesting.
Oh. Backdash from Tekken Master wants to build that space again. I love the patience from both players. Oh, just gonna say that cat dash. Dizzy's looking for a chance. Oh, teleport. Oh, wonder what that was from Tekken Master.
Oh, that's not a
bait attempt.
The problem is, I think that trade has actually meant Dizzy now, he has lost his ability to clash. Anything he would get hit by there, that obviously uppercut's going to be the one, became unclashable the second they traded jump 2 and jump 3.
Well, a stable win from Tekken Master. I mean, that's what we were expecting, right? We were talking before about how much of a slow player Dizzy is and how calculated he is. Tekken Master not normally known for that kind of style, but he can adapt, and we have seen that before, which is exactly what we saw from his Green Arrow last time we saw it. Last time we saw these guys play at Vianality. So it's nice to see that style is translating over to Atom as well. Like, of all characters, it's Atom. I think a big part of that was Dizzy was not really letting Tekken Master get any big opportunities off of the trait, but it was just little bits of damage here and there, right? It was just obnoxious, good defense from Tekken Master, not getting opened up by anything that you traditionally see people get hit by Catwoman players, and it's working out for him so far. What do you reckon we see from Dizzy here, though? Because the stage is going to be changed, of course. But I feel like that really could have gone either way. I don't feel like that was really a matchup thing.
Approaching Gotham City.
No, that's the thing, is that he was trying to work around the trait quite well. I think the mistake he made at the end of the first game was that I feel like he should have wagered just one touch earlier. He would have got a nice amount of health back. It put him pretty significantly behind, and the read to not wager and then try and bank on using that meter afterwards. You have to rely on yourself not getting opened up by Atom afterwards too, which is quite a big gamble to take at this level of play. And there we go.
Big neutral jump though from Dizzy. That's going to be his one and only bar that will give him a good life lead. Corner carry 2, forward dashing. There we are. Oh, I wonder what Tekken Master attempted there.
Whatever it was very disrespectful. You know, it must have just been like, hey, I'm going to try and go for one of those wake-up attacks. It was a down 3, so I can't remember which special move it might try to be, but this is a round that is not going in his favor. And there's the wake-up. You know, because if he's going to die anyway, then just go for these like crazy big moments. Good block. Punish.
Oh, he attempted. It was a little bit slow.
Yeah, a little bit too slow on that one, but still gets the chip, which is guaranteed meter anyway.
Hear me roar.
Oh, I like Dizzy's defense on the trait though. It seems like he is content sitting there blocking for the majority of it. And if Tekken Master finally gets a hit, he's got nowhere near enough of the trait left to actually do a big chunk of damage.
Oh, nice. What a read. I love that read, actually. Instant jump, and then you air to air with a stun. Really answering back on those neutral jumps. Oh, good comeback. What a turnaround.
That's what can happen. Tekken Master. Utilities to use. Full screen anti-air on the stomp.
Oh, he tries, and unfortunately he's going to get whiff punished. Is that going to cost him bar? No, he opted to save it. Doesn't take a huge amount of damage. I think that's why he opted to save it, but that was such a good call from Tekken Master. Going through the ground spells, wait, the ground, God, what would you even call that? Chemicals, right? It's just a chemical.
Yeah,
chemicals.
Spells. He's a scientist, not a magician.
Mate, I've been playing too much Quan Chi, mate. That's my problem. But it's going in for those chemicals on the ground, and then you sort of command the air with the charge. It pretty much covered the whole screen. You had to just sit there and take it, otherwise you'd get hit.
Oh, of course the air, but too far away to get anything from it is Dizzy, as Tekken Master knows. Ooh. I like the way Tekken Master is mixing up the normal teleport and the meteor. Really making it hard to defend against, or at least from Dizzy. He's having to really like make a read every time.
It's how to play as Atom, right? You have to be unpredictable. And Tekken Master, even without Atom, is hard to predict on the best of days. And I love that. Poking with the down 3, because neutral jump 2 just doesn't hit down 3. It goes way too low to the ground.
He's waiting for that trait to come back. Dizzy's got to be careful if that trait's there. There it is.
Oh no, caught back dashing. As long as he's getting hit, though, Tekken Master gets the safe reappear. Speaking of which, he'll take that risk. He'll take that risk. He's got a wager. He has loads of health. Dizzy now, if he wants to hurt him, he can. It's going to cost a lot of bar. Uh-oh.
It's going to be a tough combat situation. I mean, it can happen, but it's going to be tough. There's no doubt about it.
I feel like this
has so many options.
I think this might be, dare I say, unwinnable.
Oh, he's trying to bait. Oh, the trait, and there it is. Dizzy with the preemptive jump to try and slap him out, but Tekken Master one step ahead again. 2-0 now for Tekken Master. This is what you want to see though from him. This is a style of Atom that we are not used to. Like very, very patient and super careful. I think that's the big one. Is careful. You know, he's not just. He has neutral, so he's doing a special, right? Like he's being so cautious not to press anything that will get hit by the jump 2, not to press anything that can get cat dashed. He's getting the life lead and he's sitting on it by any means necessary. Even if it means slowing it down to a snail's pace, that is what has worked for him so far.
And that's how Tekken Master plays this game. Efficiency, you know, by any means necessary. That's always Tekken Master's like motto, you know. That's I play a character that works, and if they're annoying, so be it. If that's why they're good, even better. You know, he'll play to a character's strengths. And this is the thing, you know, we saw his Atom at Vianality, and we questioned it there, and we questioned it at the end of the tournament because it just didn't look ready. It looked like a desperation pick, you know, that didn't need to be picked at the time. Whereas now, from then to now, just the difference alone between how good his Atom is looking, in terms of just how annoying it looks to fight, is like night and day. Like what a turnaround.
But it is going to be Catwoman. Dizzy is going to be sticking to his guns. Remember, this is winner's side, so if Dizzy does lose here, he's still going to be in on the losers. But you know that's not what he wants. You know, this is Dizzy's first IPS top 8, but you know he's not content with just getting this far. He's going to want to move on as far as he can. And they were 2 winnable games. It was not a complete blowout, but obviously 3 games in a row in something that he is yet to take a game, and is going to be a bit of a tough ask. But I think Dizzy has it in him. I think it's just a question of whether he can open up Tekken Master. Been the biggest problem is, traditionally speaking, Tekken Master has not taken a lot of damage.
We know recently, EVO, we have seen both these players take some really impressive players out in the tournament. You know, we did see Dizzy TT defeat Buffalo at EVO in a really good set. You know, took games off Rewind as well. It's just a matter of when you're against specific characters and specific players, you know, I feel like the likes of Tekken Master using an absolute top-tier character is something Dizzy is yet to encounter. You know, not saying that Tekken Master is better than the competition and vice versa. They're all super, super good players. But I feel like Tekken Master with someone like Atom is a different beast. And you have to get experience by just playing it, you know?
Well, I think it's a great pick for Tekken Master because he's always liked characters that really enforce their playstyle on you no matter what. And I feel like Atom is like the epitome of that, especially when you are good enough to play certain matchups in a certain way, you know. Although that will be the first life bar for Dizzy in a turnaround. Like how Dizzy, he's been taking the time between games. You can tell he's thinking about it. But of course, you know, Tekken Master, he's the kind of guy that knows what the counter pick game is. So even if he loses this game, which he might not, this could be a 3-0 unless Dizzy can make some good reads like that. Tekken Master can always go, okay, right, well, who can I just counter pick Catwoman with a single game, like one match? Who could I win with one game? And he's gonna have that opportunity.
I'm sure that Tekken Master actually plays a character that does really, really well versus Catwoman, and now he's 2 games up. He gets that final counter pick. That's his reward for taking the first game. That's always his goal, I think, is he picks a really, really efficient character to start with. And if he wins games and loses, he'll just go with like the hardest counter pick ever, because all he has to do is take the game off.
Confirming my theory.
Whoa. Get out of there.
Oh, that down 3. No profiling again, the challenge. Oh, I like the anti-air into a full combo for Tekken Master. One of the first just raw jump-ins we've seen Dizzy go for. Oh, but there is the immediate interrupt.
You don't look
and that
so
clash,
big to
Dizzy.
me.
Surely he spends both here to stop the health regeneration.
I feel like at this stage, it is probably worth it because, you know, Catwoman gets those meterless buttons. She doesn't have to spend bar to kill you by all means. However, I love the instant trait. Tekken Master knows Dizzy doesn't have any meter to push block with. Right now, it's dangerous. It can still totally win. Oh,
that's a big jump in from Dizzy. Now, we were saying before, even though it's good that you know, for Dizzy that he's taken the game here and it's 2-1, Tekken Master, he's a counter picker. He has so many characters up his sleeve that he can pick if he needs to. And he won the first 2 games. He has absolute counter pick advantage. He has 2 opportunities to go, do I stick with Atom or do I pick someone who I think does better against Catwoman? Because Dizzy's stuck with Catwoman now, you know, there's no 2 ways of... What? Oh, I thought it was going to go Enchantress for a second.
And here it is. I think he's going to go Green Arrow. I think this is exactly what we talked about, where the whole goal is to do Atom to take basically 3 games. And now Dizzy has made the adjustment to Atom. Tekken Master now only has to win a single game. And he's going to be way more refreshed in this matchup than I'm sure Dizzy is. And he knows that when they last fought at Vianality, it was an easy win for Tekken Master when it was Green Arrow versus Catwoman. Like, this is a great choice and a really, really good strategy.
But I do raise you one possibility.
Catwoman.
What if Dizzy wins this game?
Well then, it's going to be... What if Dizzy wins this game dominantly?
Because it makes sense that Tekken Master's gone to Green Arrow, right? Because this is the matchup they played at Vianality. This is the matchup that Tekken Master won 3-0. But he didn't start with this. You know, and there must be a reason for that. So perhaps he is more confident in Atom than he was in Green Arrow here.
This is a thinking emoji if I've ever seen one.
Visible, physical thinking emoji.
The gif of the one that rotates and it has the endless face. Oh, that's a cool anti-air right there. But now he immediately has the advantage. He can play this runaway game, recovers quick enough. Actually, surprised to see him challenge. He's still going to get a decent chunk of damage. And then Green Arrow has those mix-ups, right? It's which wake-up attack am I going to go for? Similar to like a Starfire.
Oh, he misses the last hit. I like the Savage Blast attempt from Tekken Master. This is the problem. Now Tekken Master has all that screen space behind him.
Dizzy has got an amazing jump in, but that's only going to do so much. Especially, he's waiting for the jump and actually reacting with Savage Blast to get free space. Oh, tries to go through, but it's not going to work. And I really think this is why. This is why Tekken Master gave himself all those free games with Atom first.
Oh, boy.
Whoa! Oh, this is so hard. Oh. Match point for Tekken Master, and this is the strategy. It has been perfectly executed. Oh, Savage Blast. It makes you wonder why he didn't bother with Green Arrow from the get-go, but maybe he saw Dizzy's hidden cursor and was like, hang on a minute. If Dizzy had a character ready for Green Arrow to try and counterpick, then of course the hidden cursor kind of reinforces that. So maybe he was like, well, if I pick Atom, my Atom could deal with any of the characters he might be bringing to the table. Oh, hang on.
Opportunity for Dizzy.
All right.
He's massively behind, but this is going to be one hit away from evening things out.
Which wake-up is it going to be? Oh, it just goes for the slide, but completely stuffed. And that's why Dizzy went for the meatiest of meaty mids.
That's a lot of M's.
Yes.
Oh, there's Meat roll up the corner.
Oh,
no anti. Oh, the interrupt though. Tekken Master still ready.
Yep, and he's not anti-airing with the Savage Blast, but he's waiting for the jump to Savage Blast because he knows he can retreat to a safe distance.
Oh, big jump in too, but no. Tekken Master recovers in time. Tekken Master still doing good here. Meat roll.
It just can't catch his character. I'd have got to wait for it too if it wasn't for this pesky Green Arrow. And there's the wager. This is actually a perfect demonstration of why matchups are important. You know, like, he's going to play this runaway game. He's going to sort of go as far away as he can because he doesn't want to deal with Catwoman up close.
He does have another bar, so he does get cornered here. He can go for the meat roll. He will do exactly that.
There it is.
And he's going to build another one soon.
And he literally just can't catch it. And it just cannot catch.
The second you block any of these arrows too, the meter build for Green Arrow is insane. He's built another bar.
And as well, Tekken Master is noticing that Dizzy doesn't have any meter, so he's being even more reckless with it because he knows if Cat Dash hits, who cares? He's trying to backdash in case he rolls.
Oh, there's a read from Dizzy, but not the right angle.
And this is just chipping away bit by bit. I feel like Dizzy might be on borrowed time, to be honest. Whip Trip comes out, but yeah, just wake up Savage Blast. Why not? And that is Green Arrow versus Catwoman, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it was important to make sure that Tekken Master won those first 2 games. Because once he was put into a best of 1 and he just had to take 1 more, make him play the Green Arrow Catwoman matchup. And that's going to be, you know, that's a big old advantage that Tekken Master gave himself.
But that's what he gets, right? In a 3 out of 5 format, if you are a player that plays multiple characters, you win that first game and that's it. You win that first game and you get the counter pick advantage. That is your reward for winning that game. You know, and they were 2 close games. It makes you wonder if Dizzy was able to clutch it out and take that first match, would we have had a different set on our hands? But alas, we will not find out, for now at least, as Tekken Master is going to be advancing through on the winner's side. Dizzy going down to losers now, so still very much in with a chance, but Tekken Master moving through to winners finals, so minimum 3rd place. He's going to be happy with that to get those points that he needs to get one step closer to officially qualifying for the IPS finals later this year.
Okay, so basically now that's happened, we have our next match in this winner's side of the top 8, which should be Irish Madness versus Happy Pal. Now, it always makes me sad when these guys have to go against each other, because Irish Mantis is number 14 on the IPS leaderboards, and Happy Pal is number 15 on the IPS leaderboards. Happy Pal has 95 points and Mantis has 100. So pretty much whoever wins this game, it's not elimination match, but it is going to be, you know, minimum 3rd place, a nice chunk of points guaranteed. If you're on the loser side, you've got to get through another really hard opponent to even be top 4, let alone top 3, where you have to fight losers finals where you might face off again. So it's going to be a heartbreaker for either one that loses this. And it's the kind of loss that they have to just stay composed with. It's so easy when you lose a match this important that you check out afterwards and the rest of the tournament is meaningless to you. You know, they need to make sure that doesn't happen. When they fought at Vianality, Madness did defeat Happy Pal. It was, oh my God, Jake, that was a match to end all matches at Vianality. The match extended in the final game.
Lest we forget, man. Lest we forget. That was one of the best moments I think we possibly could have had. But it was great, and it was on home soil too, right? It was in Europe. It was in Vienna, Vianality, which is quickly becoming Europe's kind of like favorite in their own major. It really is versus fighting in Vianality. They are the 2 that Europe really adores right now when it comes to the NetherRealm scene. But moving on, we do have that match coming up, and it's going to be really incredible. But the problem is, it's going to be one of those matches that neither player is going to want to lose, but neither player is really going to want to win. You know, Happy Pal and Irish Madness, they are 2 of the best friends within the scene. You know, they are like training partners. They really get
literally, two peas in a pod, best buds.
Indeed, but it's because, you know, they train together, they play together, they compete together, they travel together. But when push comes to shove and it's tournament time, only one of them can win. Only one of them can move on. And they are so close to each other in points for the IPS. This match right here is the ultimate in neither player can afford to lose this. You know, you need as much points as you can physically get. Winning this match guarantees you for minimum 3rd place. 3rd place in this cup is a decent amount of points. So if either of them wins this match, they are going to be in an amazing position to make the finals if they can, you know, do well for themselves. But they have to do it now against each other. They have to beat the other one, and that is the heartbreaker. But that's tournaments. Only one guy can win at the end of the day.
It's like it's just one of those things where it's like, here we are again, you know. That's basically it. They go back and forth every time they play. I want to say Atrocitus versus Flash because it is the characters they're known for, but I'm wondering if Happy Pal actually has a character for Irish Madness. Should they ever have fought again? You know, I wonder.
Maybe, but I'm presuming it's going to be Flash versus Atrocitus again. We saw this matchup before. And it came down to why. Oh, does he? I mean, surely he doesn't do this.
No, he can't.
Surely he can't afford to. He can't afford to, right?
Every time Happy Pal has picked Grodd, don't do it. Why do you do this every time? Look, I normally would say I'm not going to question it, but right now I'm going to question it. Every time Happy Pal has picked Grodd in the IPS, he has lost and given up unnecessary games.
And the thing is, Grodd is actually a great character. Like, Grodd is actually really strong if you can, like, really do what he does. He's got true vortex, amazing damage mobility. But in this exact situation, Happy Pal, every time he's picked Grodd in tournament, it hasn't worked out, and he's given away a game, and he's changed, and that one game would have really helped him. The problem is, this is IPS. His chances of making the finals rests on his success in this top 8. And this is
Grodd.
And he is banking it on Grodd. I would love nothing more than to see it be the best Grodd we've ever seen. And he's an execution king as Happy Pal, and Grodd is an execution heavy character. So if Happy Pal can get it going and do well for himself here, then all the power to him. Yeah, we will eat our words for sure. But his track record with Grodd has not been that great. But if he's picked it, it's because he believes. He will not pick this character if he doesn't think it's worth, you know, betting his winners bracket life on.
Well, I will say, Happy Pal, I've got to give him props. That is a very cool customization. I do like that armor he's picked. It's like a
sweet hat.
Grodd. It's a sweet hat Grodd. I'm a big fan. Ooh. Oh, wake up charge cancel. Almost like a wake up flash parry that didn't really exist. Oh, the push block. Yep, push block. Yep, no mix up for you.
Okay, well, the cat's disappeared.
Oh. Also, to be fair, these guys obviously play casuals all the time. I wonder if his Grodd is really successful versus Mantis in casuals. In the same way, you almost question Biohazard going cheater versus Hayate. Then it turns out when they play in casuals, it's actually Bio's cheater that does best. So he picks it. I wonder if that's the same thing here with Happy.
Maybe. Regardless, that's going to be the first life bar for Mantis anyway. I mean, I think you're onto something though. I think that's true. Like, perhaps they just... His Grodd does better in casuals than the Flash does. I know the Atrocitus Flash is not an amazing matchup. I know the Breath really makes the Flash, has historically made the Flash struggle in the past. So perhaps Happy Power just doesn't want to play the matchup. And he thinks Grodd is better for it.
Try to whiff punish with the punch float and just walks into the... Was that a 2-1-2? I think that string? I can't remember.
2-2-3.
That backhand. Yeah, that big old backhand.
Roll puddle.
Oh, try to bait. Here we go.
I will say, this is a lot cleaner of Grodd than we've seen from Happy Pal before.
I wonder if he feels more confident using Grodd against people that he's played with before. Using Grodd versus people the first time, if they challenge things in a way he's not familiar with. Oh, drops the cancel. No punish from Mantis, though. That's the crazy thing about the Stampede cancels. They are punishable on block if you mess it up.
But it's a big punish, yeah. Even Atrocitus, he can go for the punch float just to make sure it's a punish. But you know, I have no doubt that some of his standing normals will reach. It might just be a bit of a tight punish.
Oh, yeah, we are now a meter burn back 3 into a meter burn back 3 away from this game being over. No confirm. Happy Power just does the 2-2-3 by itself.
Now, this is actually going to be a really important choice from Happy Power. If he chooses to deny health back from Irish Mantis, he's going to have no bar to do damage. And Grodd without bar can't do too much. Unless he obviously just gets that raw jump 3 into a back 2, but how likely is that to happen here?
Alright. Oh, the whip! Expel the read! Expected an interrupt, and Mantis not fighting. Here we go. That was interesting.
Of course, every time it's tense. Oh, there we go, the air-to-air. I'll give it a chance. We see the back 2. Back 2 Vortex. No, he didn't get the cancel.
Nope, I think it's because he wanted the restand.
No, but you can go back 2 canceling to jump 3 and it's a legit 50.
Uh-oh, the punish! He's going to win the game on this. Oh! Ouch! Big boy punch. Happy Pow. He could have gone for an easier combo there, by the way, I'm pretty sure. And he just went for the big gutsy punch. Those jump 3 loops are really hard, and then it's back 2 into meter burn back 3. My word, that was savage.
Well, that's a much better start than I was anticipating. Obviously, like there was no surprise. We were not believers in the Grodd before, but upon seeing it now, I mean, Happy Pal, he never looks quite as clean as he does now. But it seems like he's really been working on Grodd behind the scenes. Whenever you see him stream or play, 9 times out of 10 he's playing Flash. But here we are. Grodd has been worked on behind the scenes, and here it is.
I tell you, I feel like it is that he feels more comfortable using Grodd against people that he's practiced against. If he's unfamiliar with you, you're probably going to be able to beat his Grodd because he just doesn't know how to work around your flow. Once he's familiar with your flow as a player, I think he can really kind of establish, right, how do I approach Grodd here? How do I go for my cancels? What setups do I go for? You know, there's so many different things he can go for, but against the people that he's never fought, he has a higher chance of just being hit by things he's not expecting. But he knows how respectful Mantis is.
Ooh. That's the problem, right? If you show too much respect against Grodd and you just want to sit there and block, you are going to eventually suffer for it. But there it is, using Dexstar. Dex is going to be gone. Uses the last hit for the restand.
Yeah, because Grodd's a big body, that restand can guarantee every single time. Against smaller characters, sometimes it doesn't work, but Grodd, he's not going to have that luxury of being able to get around it. Down 1 back to back, knowing that Grodd's too far away to punish that. We should get guaranteed Dexstar again. Thing is, it looks like Grodd's behind. 1 meter burn back 3, and this life is even.
Yeah, that's the thing. He is a true just snowball character, right? Grodd is, if he gets 1 big hit and into a launch into a restand, he can take a life bar, especially if he's got trait ready to go.
Well, the thing about this matchup as well is that Mantis will know it. You know, he's actually fought exhibition matches against Omega K quite regularly. That was so sick. He's played against Omega K's Grodd quite regularly in exhibitions, so it's not going to be a matchup, you know, he's unfamiliar with.
Oh, wow, catching him running in. Oh, another drop from Mantis, though.
Oh, no. Bets everything on that down one, but doesn't work out. Catches the Stampede, but yeah, there's the gap interruption.
Speaking of which, though, I'd really like to see Mantis start to interrupt the gap in Grodd's 1-1-2. He's got a huge gap in the middle of it that you really should be able to punish him for.
I love that combo from Mantis, by the way. He guarantees the Siphon mid-combo and still finishes things with the back 2-3. That's clean.
Meatburn rolls away from the corner. Going to be left without options against Grodd. There we go. Late anti-air.
So good!
The up
That
is
is
so far.
So good.
Oh, the combo! The cat pan. And
there is the read on push block. Instantly into the forward 3. And for those that don't know, obviously going that into forward 3 when they push block, you actually armor the push block hit using the forward 3 and you punish them. That was 100% calculated from Manus. He knew that Happy Power was going to do it. What a great decision.
A much stronger game from Irish Manus, though. I feel like a big thing here is he kind of played around Happy Power a little bit better. I feel like Happy got a lot of mileage in the first game out of kind of just stampedes here and there. A lot of leaps that were kind of, you would kind of just let Happy Power go for the leap, and Manus would just be like, that's fine, I'll just block the side he's on, because we're yet to see Happy Power go for the grab off the leap, so it's very much kind of just been a left-right thing, and it's not really been unreactable left-right, and Manus in the first game was content to just sit there and block it, but in the second game was like, no, hell with this, I'm just going to actually anti-air him, get a full combo every time into cat activation, and then it's party time. I feel like Irish Manus took a little bit more of a direct approach in the matchup that time.
The Flash.
Happy Power was hovering over Batman for quite a while. I wonder if that was sincere, or whether he was just trying to maybe...
No, he's probably just thinking and hovering on whoever.
Fighters approaching Red Sun Prison.
Well, he has gone for the change now, so he's been able to lower it. Instead of it being a first to 3, it's now going to be a first to 2.
Well, the thing is, historically, Flash and Atrocitus, although early days was seen to be a very difficult matchup, just because of the breadth. Flash really didn't have any way to get past the breadth in any way. Obviously, we don't see the matchup too often nowadays. Obviously, both characters have developed quite considerably from year 1 to now.
And now with the Dexter, guarantees so much of this from Atrocitus. Siphon, the Siphon alone, look at how much damage is actually drained from Happy Power right there. Okay, knocked down.
Oh, that slide. Happy Power's connected so many of them today. Hit confirm into the puddle.
He's been very brave with that slide today. But his game sense on when to go for it has been on the money.
Oh, sniped. Oh, Dexter is the fastest shooter in the West.
I feel like Happy Power, he's kind of like played massively into Manus's hands in this game. He can't convert because he looks like he's a bit too far away. Meter burn plus frame. Hard to backdash that when you're in the corner. So
what?
The trade! The down 2. Manus not afraid to anti-air. And he gets the combo anyway. Wow.
And he keeps Happy Power cornered. I wonder if he was actually kind of anticipated him to maybe put himself there, but it wasn't meant to be. Breath 2. I can see Happy Power. He's trying to get... If he can get the trade on that, he is going to get the a full combo. That's what he's fishing for. Oh, and there we go. Manus expecting it again. Happy Power not going to be... Oh, no, another drop.
Oh, no.
Turn it into
Some
a wonky setup.
Combos look so oddly specific sometimes. Like, you really have to be in the right moment, at the right height, at the right time, and to be 100% consistent with the Flash looks really tricky. The best in the business. Honeybee's had a hard time with Flash combos before. Happy Power's had a hard time. But when they become online and they land everything, it just looks like they are unbeatable.
And again, Happy Power really wants that trade. See, Happy Power just really wanted to chip Mantis down. Any damage Mantis can do here is going to be good. Oh! No air tech. Whenever Mantis goes in for that instant jump 3, he's baiting the air tech. Because even if you don't air tech, it's still good damage.
Right, here we go. See if it's going to be enough, but I really feel like that's going to be like the start for them. Is whenever Mantis goes for those big reads, Happy Power doesn't really bite. And I think that's because they play so often and they know so much about how each other plays.
Oh.
We're looking for here. How being so respectful.
I mean, this is really just them taking it in turns in the neutral. It's like, I'm gonna do a string, and then you'll do a string, and I'm gonna do a string. Oh, there it is. There's the anti-air. Mantis looking for it. The second the cat is out, you see the options just explode. That's full quarter carry too. This is good for Mantis. That's Siphon. Oh!
Doesn't get the down one into lift. Oh my god! That's it. Trip guard into death. Mantis now 1 game away, and he is going to be winners finals as well to face off against Tekken Master.
I'm definitely seeing how Irish Mantis is making this difficult for Happy Pal right now. I feel like Flashy is one of those characters that when he gets in, he is such just a pain in the neck to deal with. Insane rush down, so much damage. But Atrocitus just seems to do a great job of just keeping him at arm's length. But it's not going to be Flash again, as Happy Pal looks like you called it. He is actually going to Batman. Now, we've seen Happy Pal's Batman a long time ago, but I personally have not seen it for at least like a year. But I have no doubt he's probably put some time into it. I mean, if he's going to be playing Grodd still after all of what's happened with him and his Grodd, then seeing him go Batman, I have no doubt this is equally as ready.
You would hope it is, or hovered over Batman for so long, I wonder if this is going to be somewhat of a desperation move. I've never really seen his Batman. I hope it's going to be ready for this matchup, because it's not only that, it's the fact that he needs to win 3 straight games as Batman now, and even if he manages to get this first game against Mantis, the room for adaptability is just in Mantis' favor.
Well, that's always the danger when you make a final change in the 3rd game, right? Especially against someone that's like a specialist. This is, I would say it's safe to say that Irish Mantis is probably the best Atrocitus in the business right now. You know, he's stuck with the character for a long time. His optimization is there. His results are looking pretty impressive. So if you're picking a Batman here, it's can my Batman take 3 games off of the best Atrocitus player around? And right now, Irish Mantis is making it look like that's going to be difficult to ask for, at least. As it's someone like him that will respect those plus frames, that is not going to press buttons at weird times. He knows when it's his turn. Oh, but there we go. Stands up. Oh, attempts to cross up with a delay wake up.
Tries to go for that classic cross up, but doesn't work out. That delay kind of covering his bases a little bit. Now, he's actually doing a really good job of fighting back here. Does he go for the back call? Nope, he just wants to retreat. He just wants the full screen game. Okay, I see it. Good trade.
That's good for Happy Pal. Mantis getting access to the clash, but Happy Pal, he's got that full screen. Watch out for the puddle now, though. Oh, back to back. Mantis with a big call out there, maybe expecting a Batarang on the first block one, but nope. Happy Pal just going to jump straight in.
Okay, so this pick to Batman has actually looked pretty fruitful, to be honest with you. It seems calculated. Like, I was worried at first that this was a desperation pick, but clearly I think he's just going to be confident in this matchup.
No, desperation is not the word. Like, you're not going to be desperate at this point and win a side top 8. Like, especially Happy Pal, when you play as often as these guys do, desperate isn't going to come into it, I think. It's going to be characters they've played against each other, or things that Happy Pal might be saving up his sleeve. Like, for example, this kind of surprise Batman pick. Still though. Oh, good turnaround for Happy Pal. Mantis doesn't have a flash either, so this is all be good damage. So it's very hard to air tech Batman, especially near the corner.
That was a back 2-3, but doesn't matter. He still has presence. Oh, look at the meter that Mantis has. He can actually still win this because he's got Dexter. He's got loads of meter.
It's just beyond the shield not come out there.
I feel like it just got chewed up like right as he called it. It looked like it didn't exist, but it probably did just to get destroyed.
I must say, this is a very different style of Atrocitus that we're seeing from Mantis in this game. A lot of down ones back to back, a lot of down ones on block into puddle like non-stop. He's done like 4 of them in a row. Not used to seeing that from Mantis. I wonder if he's just trying to catch out Happy Pal. Maybe that's it, right? If it's unexpected, not the kind of thing Mantis would do, maybe that's why he's doing it.
I kind of wonder how much of this matchup they've actually played together. Because maybe he's literally just trying to get a feel for how he plays. Wait a minute.
No way.
Oh my god.
Oh, there it is. He bet it all. He bet it all. He bet it all on the puddle. And that is going to be that. Wow, Mantis on the verge of making a comeback. But no, unfortunately, Happy Pal is just going to say no to that. And that's 2-1 now, Happy Pal. First game of the set taken with Batman. Not the result I would have expected. But looking good. I think a big part of that was the momentum. I think Happy Pal got a lot of damage in early and kind of just kept it going. And Mantis spent most of the game playing catch-up.
Now, what do you do? Look, Mantis does play actually a little bit of Ivy. He does actually play Poison Ivy, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, is this seem to be a bad matchup? I wouldn't assume so.
No one really talks about it, do they? Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, guys. It was 1-1 at first. Good reminding me, actually.
Because Grodd, right? He won with Grodd.
He won game 1. He did win game 1.
I'm completely wrong then. It's 2-2.
Guys,
wow, yeah.
I'm going to be honest, guys. I spent so long watching Happy Pal lose with Grodd, I thought Mantis won the first game.
Oh, dearie me.
I'm just going to hold my hands up. And
it even says it right there, 2-2. Well then, that's it then.
Yeah.
This is the final game of the series.
Begin.
Here we go. Now, this actually is very important. Now you've only got one game to work with. With a change to Batman, clearly this is worthwhile. Like, I was really nervous at first, but obviously he's got an understanding of how to approach. He's got really good buttons for being aggressive. Batman has wonderful options to stop, Atrocitus from essentially summoning trait full screen for free. And great punishes. The second Mantis takes a risk, it's not, oh, I'm going to go for a puddle or go for a big mix-up because he needs meter to hurt me. Batman can do damage anywhere on screen.
Okay, well, there's the corner position for Irish now. That's what he's going to want, but there it is, the back call. Happy Foul. Cool combo coming through. No bar spent here, just wants the knockdown. Into plus frames. Mantis disrespecting with a down one. There's the next up, and Happy Foul.
He goes in.
No air tech either.
He so rarely takes a risk. Oh, yeah, tech's at a horrendous time. I wonder if that's actually going to come back to bite him. Alright,
keep it going. Oh, there it is, sniped.
God.
There's no hope for you.
I mean, they just waited for release versus release. Mantis waited for the back call so he could summon Techstar. And now there's a match point for Mantis. Not a good place for Happy Foul to get caught.
Oh, the parry, he calls it out. Double jumping heavy back-to-back Mantis. Really calling out that parry.
Yeah, Happy
Siphon.
Foul.
Oh, but it is. I love it. The first time we've seen Happy Foul go for that meter burn back three after seeing the Siphon. Immediate recognizing. And there it is. Reverse. Match point again. Both players one life far away from moving on to winners finals to fight Tekken Master.
This is as close as we expected it. It always goes back and forth for these guys. It's insane. Oof. Tries to whip. Oh my god, whiff versus whiff versus whiff punish. That was an interesting sequence. Blocking overhead, knowing the Mantis is unlikely to take the risk. Now he's got Dexstar. This could be the winning sequence we're looking at right here.
Maybe. That's going to keep going. Plugs the gap. Oh, the drone, but he blocks it. Oh, this is so tough, Happy Foul. He's got one bar, but Mantis
he cracks him open.
As well.
He's cracked him open, Mustard. I wonder if this is enough. There's the harpoon. Restand. Right,
no vortex.
Mix up.
Just wants to get the pressure.
Plus. Mix up, but wonderfully blocked by Mantis.
He gives him the cat.
I think that was supposed to be a meter burn forward three. I think the fact he didn't get meter burn is going to be a death sentence. I think that's game over. And Mantis lands the back three to finish the job. Happy Pal. I really feel like that forward three at the end was supposed to be meter burn, and I think it would have actually chewed through. He just didn't get the forward three he was after. Wow.
I will say though, I think Happy Pal has done an amazing job of really showing how far he's come over the last couple of months and how much the grind is paying off for him. Even though he eventually lost the set 3-2, in this set alone, we saw a Batman that we didn't expect. We saw a Grodd that historically we've seen not do very well, look super clean, take a game off Mantis before eventually being tied. I feel like Happy Pal, his journey with competitive injustice, it's not over. Every time we see him, he's getting so much better. He's always streaming, grinding, playing the game, and clearly is doing more than just Flash now. We're so used to seeing him play Flash and dabbling a little bit of Grodd here and there that it really is, nice to see that these other characters are coming out and are looking a lot stronger than we've seen them before, and prove us wrong. His Batman took a game to even things out. His Grodd took the original match in the set. I think Happy Pal is looking really strong in this game right now. But of course, Irish Mantis is going to be moving on to fight Tekken Master in winners finals. That is a match I really want to see.
Exactly, and it's going to be a while since we see that because now we're going to go jump into our loser side of the bracket. I believe up next is going to be Derpy versus Shark Teeth. This should be Robin versus Supergirl. It's a matchup, I think it's both of their mains, so we're likely to see that. But Shark Teeth, this is one of those interesting matchups where Derpy, there's no way he can make the IPS finals. I know he attended Combo Breaker as kind of like, to finally get an American tournament experience, then also, part of vacation as well. The guy's just had a really good time in Chicago because I believe Derpy had never traveled to the States before. But he hasn't traveled to any other IPS events, which means he doesn't actually have the points required to qualify. Shark Teeth, if he does well at SCR or does Last Chance Qualifier, still actually has a chance. He still has a shot at making finals. But he needs to place really highly here. You would say I think he needs to just straight up win this tournament to have like a shot at making finals. So this is someone that has a chance versus someone that doesn't. And that's always going to cut deep in these online cups. But, to be fair, it's fair enough. If you can't beat an opponent, then it's all about sending the winner or someone that could win IPS. And if you can't win in an online cup, then it's obviously like, you know, well, people will say, well, should you be there anyway if you can't win this? So that's why it's anyone versus anyone. But it's still going to be frustrating if you lose in tournament to someone that hasn't got a shot, and you do. It's like, damn.
I mean, at the end of the day, there is... I mean, yeah, Shark Teeth has more to lose here than Derpy, but... I mean, but that's it, right? You said it yourself. Just because someone is capable of qualifying for the finals because of more points doesn't mean they deserve to more than the other guy. You know, it's a tournament. Everyone is there to compete. Everyone said there's prize money to be won.
That's the big one. Money.
There is credentials to be earned, and there's points to be won. Even if Derpy can't qualify for the finals, you know, in the end, he's still going to want points, right? He's still going to want to see his name on that leaderboard. And especially as a player that's put in the grind as much as him. But of course, Shark Teeth is doing really well for himself this year anyway. And of course, he's going to want to advance over Derpy. But Derpy, I think this is going to be one of the, potentially could be one of the most entertaining matches of this top 8.
Absolutely. It's going to be quite a wild match, I think. I know, they both play really clean, but Supergirl, like Shark Teeth Supergirl is just so consistently high level. And that was a wonderful reaction on the interaction. I think I was half prediction as well, kind of knowing he's going to go for it. And the second he saw it popped, he was instantly ready to pull the trigger on that teleport. Here comes Robin. Damage.
Yep, damage boys coming through. There's a setup. Oh, chasing down the backdash, but no, tries to back one, but only gets a standing one. Oh!
There's the patience. Catch the anti-air, clean stuff, knocked down as well. And now, the patience. Derpy will know this matchup. I believe he used to play against Xoro from the UK all the time. He played mostly Supergirl back before he stopped playing. Here we go.
Oh wow, Woo! Actually surprised to see the Meterbird connection so far away.
It didn't kill through damage, it killed through chip damage, which is something that it didn't used to do. It used to do nothing. Oh, interruption. But there's the tech. Shark Teeth, I think, was ready to be punished for that gap.
Again, I really like Shark Teeth's defense here, though. I feel like Derpy's not doing anything that isn't unseeable, but Shark Teeth's just being really careful. And there it is, the down 2. You know that Derpy was too close for the jump 3 to be hard to anti-air. It's going to catch him out.
As if.
Right. Now, off this clash, Derpy's going to spend 1 bar. I like the idea of keeping it because, obviously, Robin without bar. With bar, Robin hits he's one of the hardest hitting characters in the game off just regular confirms. But without meter, he tickles you. He really doesn't hurt, unless there's a background bounce. But here we go.
Now here again with me, I mean, this is what we saw Shark Teeth do against Pennywise, actually, just playing that for that full screen game. You know, those angles that characters kind of really struggle to deal with. Especially if you've got this kind of a life lead where every single projectile that connects is going to be that little close chip to get you down. Derpy can get opened up here. Doesn't have flash anymore, doesn't have damage to air tech. This is all guaranteed damage. Oh, no whiff punish.
Tries to go for a wake up. It seemed like a little bit too much of a predictable wake up, and then Derpy jumping at a predictable time as well. Shark Teeth. That air laser, technically he could have just sat there and anti-aired it, but I feel like that air laser was more of like just a message that says, I am so confident you're going to jump in. I'm going to do this laser before you even leave the ground, and you're going to jump into it.
Well, Shark Teeth going up 1 game at least. Obviously 3 out of 5, so we still have plenty of time potentially to go.
Supergirl.
That's going to be the rematch. I mean, I think Derpy, he spent a long time kind of dabbling in other characters and here and there, but he always found himself coming back to Robin. I think this really has always been his comfort zone, and it helps that Robin is in, like, I mean, he's not one of the best characters in the game, but he's definitely capable. You know, we've seen this character can compete at the highest level of play, provided you know the matchup well enough and you can play around them. But no, this is what we are yet to see from Derpy is consistency. You know, this is his first top 8. So, you know, he's going to be happy with that, but he wants to get further. Shark Teeth is definitely capable of advancing here if he can play this right.
Wonderful trade. Kind of reset back to that neutral position. It's kind of good for Derpy, though, that he's been able to sort of get rid of that. Normally, when you're trying to close in against a defensive character, those interactions are really horrible to deal with. But speaking of interactions, Supergirl with a background bounce, her damage just explodes. It really does. You know, she benefited from a background bounce before, but now she got more damage in, the buffs that happened a long time ago. She does like we saw earlier on, Shark Teeth did like, what, 540 damage off a regular confirm just because it was a jumping into standing 3. And that into background bounce just did like almost 600 damage.
We're already seeing, though, we've seen Derpy against opponents today that haven't been consistently interrupting 2-on-2 on block, and how much he's been getting away with because of it. Shark Teeth is sweeping it every time, and that string being taken away has really kind of stunted Derpy's offense here. He needs to kind of mix up and do something else instead. Okay, there it is. Opportunity. So again, Shark Teeth has no reason to not just block the Batarang from that far away. Oh! See how desperately Derpy's trying to open him up here. There it is, the overhead, 3 lows condition, but the air tech! Shark Teeth still had the bar.
That's the thing. He's building so much bar during the fights that when Derpy finally opens him up, he's got an air tech every single time. It's got to be so frustrating for Derpy to fight against, but he's being able to play it very carefully, you know, and because of that, he's in the lead. It's a small lead, but it is a lead, enough to force Shark Teeth to not be too defensive.
That yellow one really isn't going to do anything for him here. Starting to fall down. It's a very slow-paced match.
Shark Teeth finally manages to get the opening though, punishing the down 2, expecting Derpy to be a little bit eager, and he was. The second he wasn't patient and he kind of just hastily tried to force down 2 and force his turn, he got punished. Nice anti-air. No combo.
But again, this is that style that Shark Teeth has been enforcing. He wants nothing to do with point blank. He just wants to stay outside of your range and just chip you down 1 hit at a time. It worked for him last game, it worked for me against Pennywise. Whether it worked here, I guess we'll see. Derpy isn't that far behind. The biggest change here is the distance. Obviously from here, Robin can't really do as much. As long as Shark Teeth has trait, Derpy can't really throw his Batarang instead. Oh wow, big jump in there. That's an immediate clash from Derpy. I presume that Derpy's going to spend 1. Shark Teeth probably won't spend anything here, no. No reason to deny health back at that point, especially when you only have the 1 bar.
Yeah, you just reset it back to neutral. Supergirl kind of needs that bar. And now if Shark Teeth after the clash opens up Derpy, he's going to do significantly more damage. And now he's actually trying to whiff bar. Whiffing specials to get the air tech. That's going to be really important. Gets the deep jump in, and here comes the damage. This is why Supergirl really, really likes having background bounces. Because that's such a basic BNB, but it just hurts so good.
Plus frames again, Shark Teeth respecting them. Shark Teeth just content to block, because Robin, he's the kind of character that, I mean, he's got plus frames, but they can only last for so long. Eventually you're going to block and he's going to get out. Derpy's not really mixing up the throws yet because he can't really afford to. And that's going to be another game. Shark Teeth 2-0 up on Derpy. Very slow-paced games, but that's definitely the pace that Shark Teeth is going to want to play this.
But it's a pace that I think Shark Teeth is best at. He doesn't play hyper-aggressive, but he also doesn't play hyper-defensive. He just plays more slow and methodical, not so much defense. He goes in when he knows the time is right. What lets Shark Teeth down is there are loads of moments where he could be doing some really like amazing comebacks or amazing plays or amazing reads. And the reads and the brains are there. It's just when he drops the combo at the end, he can't recover from like big drops. But when he doesn't drop anything, he's like the best Supergirl player in the world, you know?
Indeed, but that's what it is though. It's when Shark Teeth can play well. You know, we know Shark Teeth is capable of it, and very rarely does he get completely annihilated. You know, he always seems to hold his own. It's just, I feel like he just has trouble dealing with like the best of the best caliber players. But against everyone else, he seems to be absolutely fine. It's just when he really fights some of those like top dogs, that's where he starts to struggle.
We saw a float cancel there into a guaranteed jump in. You got to watch out for that one. It can be so, I think, tasty to try and fight that. Block a jump in, press a button, and then you get hit by a last minute double overhead. It's like, ah, damn.
Told Shark Teeth was definitely expecting the meter burn there. Derpy didn't have the bar to do so.
But he'll take the minus frames and just go for a grab. Shark Teeth on the verge of what's basically a perfect. Everything he's been hit by right now is just chip damage.
Oh my lord. That cross up though. Wow. Shark Teeth looking really good to eliminate Derpy here and move on and lose a side.
And we'll see if it's going to be enough to work. Nice jump in 1. Supergirl's jump in 1. Active for so long. A wonderful anti-air when you use it instantly.
Derpy really has his work out as Shark Teeth making the hard reads now. Preemptive down 2s, assuming Derpy's coming in and it's paying off. I feel like Derpy might just... I don't think Derpy's checked out. I think Shark Teeth is just playing too far ahead at this point. Oh, there again!
Back to back! That Batarang is going to disappear by the time this combo is done as well. Never mind, Clash is going to get rid of it anyway.
Oh, dearie me.
I just feel like it's kind of like what you said, right? I feel like Derpy, it's not that he is playing bad, it's just Shark Teeth is playing too good. Like, he's just so comfortable in this matchup. Like the reactionary block, you know, the low sweep or the down 1. you can block low and stand up on reaction to overhead. You know, that is something that you can do at high level. And Shark Teeth, he's played this matchup so much. I think Derpy might have even got hit by that if the jump in actually came out.
We are seeing so many of those like last-minute cross-ups there. I feel like that really is where a lot of Shark Teeth's damage is coming from. It's just those really well-spaced jump-ins, the very ambiguous last-minute cross-ups, and Derpy is consistently not being able to deal with it. There's a combo here.
Gets the forward 3. Has to make this one count. Oh, no! Jumps right in.
Well, he took the life bar, but how difficult is it going to be to avoid this much chip damage from Supergirl for an entire life bar?
Impossible. Literally not possible. There you go. Not possible whatsoever. He had to go for a big read there. Tries to be a burn roll, but Shark Teeth, what a wonderful decision to just do the Frost Breath because it hits so consistently. It just rolled right into it. Shark Teeth's going to move on. Derpy, unfortunately, out of the tournament, but with the top 8 showing, I think he can be very pleased with this performance anyway. Shark Teeth, desperate for the points. And now he needs to move on. I'm not sure who he goes up against. That's obviously going to be either Happy Pal or Dizzy TT. But it would be interesting if he has the run back. But I believe this should actually mean that Shark Teeth fights Happy Pal, which would be a Vianality run back.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be something that I'm going to want to watch for sure. I feel like Happy Pal, even though he's in loser's bracket, it's not... You know, he was sent to losers by Irish Madness on the back of a really close 3-2 set. So, and considering how well Shark Teeth is playing now, I'm excited to see it for sure. But we'll have to wait until a little bit later. So I do believe we have our final loser side match to get out of the way, which is going to be Vladdy versus Orp, I believe.
It should be, yeah. Orp versus Vladdy, which I think is going to be an interesting matchup because those of you that are watching that don't actually know who Orp is, we didn't really get to see him. We didn't see him at all on stream earlier. So he pretty much got, we would have seen him on stream, but I believe he didn't play on stream to get to the top 8 match because it was by K-Top's request. Had some connection issues earlier and didn't want to risk any connection issues, so they just played off stream. That said, we haven't really been able to see Orp in action today. Now, he's a really young player. Like Orp is actually one of our youngest competitors. He's kind of similar to like a Dizzy TT. I believe he's from Scotland here in the UK, and he's part of the Scottish scene. Has a really good Firestorm, and he's been playing Firestorm since day one, basically. And now Firestorm's been fleshed out, and Orp is now more experienced in tournament. I feel like it's a good time for him to maybe show what he's made of. The concern is that he really doesn't have competitive experience. He went to Versus Fighting, which is a UK major. The top 3 of that tournament was Undead Jim, Xzoro, and Dizzy TT. Or, surprisingly, a huge upset, did not actually get top 3. He was a lot of people's picks to either win or get second place to Dizzy. And it was purely inexperience in tournament that caused him to... He basically fell apart. And that happens. That happens when new players play in tournament for the first time and they can't play to the standard they know they're capable of meeting and what we all know they're capable of meeting. So in an online tournament, Jake, do you think this is going to be enough for him to step up?
I think it depends on how well he can kind of hold his nerve. I feel like Orp is the kind of player that we know he's good at the game. Like his Firestorm is really tidy, but obviously like this is the setting that he's not going to be used to. So he was at Versus Fighting and he did well, but he didn't get as far as well. It's hard to say. He got 3rd, right? So 3rd is not bad by any means, but I know we were definitely expecting it to kind of be a Dizzy Orp grand finals because obviously Dizzy ended up winning Versus Fighting. So we know that he doesn't have a huge amount of competitive experience. If he can play at his best, I feel like he could be one of those kind of like dark horses to upset the bracket. But if he can't play at his usual standard that we know he can play at, then he'll struggle. But it's the hardest thing to anticipate because some people deal with it differently. Some people take years to get over tournament nerves. Some people never get them. It really comes down to you as an individual and how you're going to get around it. And I think it's too early to say what kind of player Orp is right now. I think we're just going to have to wait and see.
Well,
his Firestorm does look really cool, though, I'm going to be honest.
He is going up against Vladdy 7R. And Vladdy, again, for those that don't know, we talked about him earlier on. During the Injustice 2 beta days, he had the most hours logged and the most games played. This guy played a lot of Injustice. And he was quite a big player in the CIS region during last year. And he's been Batman the entire time. There were 2 Batmans from CIS. It's Ed Napier and it's Vladdy 7R. I'm glad to see Vladdy still playing and still looking really strong. But Orp, I feel like he's hungry today. He really wants to show everyone what he's made of. And he's having a fantastic start.
Oh, he was 3-0 over K-Top. to qualify for at this point, so you know he's going to be feeling himself.
And there it is.
There it is.
And if you play Firestorm since day one, and now Firestorm is as good as he is, you're going to be a pretty dangerous player. There you are, Ed Nappy. I see you in the chat. Welcome, man. Haven't seen your Batman in forever, but it's good to see you.
Oh, there's a restand. I see Vladdy really favors just taking the plus frames off of that. Oh, tries to challenge with a down one. He's going to pay for that one. It was a whole life bar, but it's slipping away from him right now.
And I feel like it's slipping away because AWP is being really disrespectful on defense, and he's paying for it. All he really needs to do is just have basically like the solid defense of understanding, you know, 4-3 plus on block, can't really challenge.
Oh, I like that.
And it was the disrespect he's shown that now allowed Vladdy to basically make a full life comeback.
Well, he was able to at least trailblaze his way out of the corner. He was able to build himself the space again. Of course, Vladdy making a whole life comeback to kind of even things out is pretty incredible, considering the start, but tries to go for a bad air tech. Now he's cornered again, and again, he's just trying to desperately get out of the corner. And he just this time.
Oh, no, he meter burns, but the bat trades, so he loses the bar for no accomplishment, and he dashes himself into the corner. I'm not sure I like that decision at all.
Well, he's going to use his only bar to get out, though, with the armor. So he's going to have to spend resources, but he can safely get away. He has level 3 trait, but he's going to get the chance to use it. Tries to wake up with the starfish again, but no. It doesn't work. It's not a real wake up.
Okay, has to watch out. Plus frames. Again, no opening to go for level 3 trait. Oh, no! I think it's pad! I think it's pad!
No. No way.
What did he do? He just stood there and did nothing. What?
Professor. Don't bet on it.
I don't know what that was, but he started moving too fast for it to be a pad disconnect.
No, did he drop his pad?
Oh, that was a messed up 5-ball.
What did he do? What happened?
He did kind of stop moving for about 2 seconds.
Did he drop his controller?
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that question.
That's the thing about these online tournaments. You can't see what happened to the player in real life. We'll never know. That's actually really unfortunate, though, that he just stopped moving for like 3 seconds. I don't even know what to say about that. He has to be really careful now. He has to be super careful, because that's...
I hope he's plugged his controller in just to make sure.
Arkham Asylum.
I hope so.
Still, though.
Oh, God. Anyway, moving on.
Begin.
Yes, indeed. So that was a really strong early game from AWP. You know, he got that first life bar basically unscathed. The biggest problem AWP is having is when he's put on the defense, or forced on the defense, I think is a bit more accurate. He just seems to refuse to respect what he has to respect, and that is really holding him back right now.
And that's kind of the problem. His offense is fantastic, and obviously his set play and the Firestorm shenanigans, he's really good at enforcing them. It's like you said, the second you have to defend, it's something that I think he's quite uncomfortable doing. And against someone like Vladdy, it's going to eat you alive. Good block on the front. Tries to go for the reset.
Nice,
punished, but no bar.
Didn't have the bar. Yeah, didn't have the bar to get the full combo though. Okay, what's happening here? I wonder. Defensive game. I wonder if AWP is... Are those standing jabs? Like, are they fake fireballs, or is he mistiming the input? They might be fake.
I think they might be fake. They might be fake fireballs to get Vladdy to jump or try and answer back.
Perhaps. Maybe the kind of thing he would do here. Oh, Molten Trap. He's not committing too much. Oh, very active, tripping him up.
Oh. Challenges it again. I know they did nerf the starfish, right? It's not as fast as it used to be. Right, there's the restand. Reset. Wonderful block on the cross-up. Oh, and he can't block another one. But Vladdy didn't commit. I wonder if that was he tried to confirm. All right, we have the Tractable. Another drop. That's really unfortunate for poor old AWP, who's had multiple times to win the round.
Well, Vladdy tried to go for some double jump shenanigans at the end to survive, but AWP still managed to get that final hit. I see Vladdy try to make himself as slippery as he can.
I was about to say, he hasn't
tricky.
AWP was yet to go for one of his level 3s. And
he's trying to get... I like this. He kept that whole sequence, everything was unclashable, because if he went for a combo off of any of those hits, Vladdy would have just clashed, won the clash guaranteed, and got him out of trade. I really like that decision from AWP there.
It was pretty much an entirely unclashable comeback. That was the plan.
And now Vladdy's at the health. That one Molten Trap, if he can meat burn it, if he can get the bar, is going to be curtains for Vladdy.
God, this was. I gotta say, this was really well played. I'm a big fan of how Orp has actually approached this. But now he has to. Now he has to block again. Now he has to block again, and he's gonna get vortexed. You have to guess right. You have to guess right. Watch out! Oh no!
We got him, Professor.
Oh, this is actually a great situation for Orp because Vladdy's trait is going to reset to not being ready, and Orp's going to have the distance for fireballs. And at Vladdy's health, fireballs, he's level 3.
Oh, he's going to get health back though. He is regenerating a little bit. Oh, the starfish! 1-1. And I gotta say,
Wins.
well calculated.
That whole game was really smart from Orp. I think it was a great turnaround. I feel like he really kind of like got his head in game and realized how much cleaner he had to be to beat someone like Vladdy. And that final sequence, I feel like that really all could have slipped away had he been clashed during his level 3 momentum there. I feel like that really was the turning point that gave him the control of the match again.
Now, I'm not expecting any character changes from Vladdy at all. And I gotta say, I was really concerned at the beginning. I thought that was probably going to be 2-0, to be honest. But it's a level of composure we don't get to see often from Orp. I think I feel like he actually is kind of bringing it today.
Are you seeing them frozen on the character select?
No, you might have disconnected.
There's a chance I may have disconnected from this match.
If you've disconnected, then I don't know. I don't know what to suggest.
Well, keep talking, and I shall consult with the admins.
Well, either way, you guys have me. And actually, no, I think I'm stuck loading as well. I'm loading into the match, and you're here.
Admins are frozen also, so we might have to remake the lobby.
We're frozen up. That's okay. Let's find out.
Oh, I assume the call will just be for me to remake the King of the Hill. Maybe they just haven't.
We shall wait and see.
Yeah, on my screen, Batman's just punched Firestorm.
Hang on.
The whole thing's... An error has occurred in the following application. My game actually crashed.
Mine didn't. Oh, God. If they play... All right, guys. You're going to be with me for a second. Hang on a minute. No, they're playing? No, they're playing. Now, no one's given them a note to stop, so you guys are stuck with me, and we'll just have to do it as is. So, with this in mind, they can invite Mustard behind the scenes, and you're going to be with me for this game. Right now, though, I feel like Atlantis, it's a really interesting matchup if it's nimble characters. I feel like Batman's going to get so much utility against Firestorm because of how much, pretty much, he has free reign to move around and really kind of get on that full screen game. Going in for the trait call. Now the push block being used. It's a lot of resources for Orp though. He's only got 1 bar left of which he spends, but because he spent it, he's got nothing to go in for the Molten Trap, which kind of allows Vladdy to keep the lead. This is a difficult situation to be in. When you have to spend bar on your damage, he has been able to do it. That should be down 2 into level 3. Now we are going to get a mix-up. Oh, wonderful block on the cross-up, and again ready for the punish. How many times today have we seen Vladdy dedicate to an option and be ready for the punish? If he knows he has to guess, he is just dedicated to the guess and he's ready for the follow-up. It's something that a lot of players I think should start doing rather than kind of almost going, oh wow, I blocked it, and not actually punishing it, you know? That's one thing Vladdy does super well. Tagged by a trap, but again, cannot meet a burn. Catches a jump in, no warp. Fighting back. Really going for back-to-back Starfish, but just out of range every time. Vladdy going in for the back call. Or must have been so confident we were going to see a low slide there. That is a true 50-50, and here comes the up toss into more mix-ups. Staggers it into a guaranteed back call. Another full combo. Watch out for the jumps. Oh my word, relentless. Within those Molten Traps as well. Not as active as they used to be either. Wonderful read and the unclashable back 3. Just put Orp in a terrible position. At this stage, definitely willing to bet this should be game over for Vladdy. He needs to get one more good opening, and that's pretty much going to be all he needs. Orp now with level 3 trait. Going to be reserved, looking for his time to actually pull it. He's not going to use it in the neutral. And there it is. He should be able to activate it now. Oh god, I wonder why he didn't pop it. He needs the health back. And again, that might have been the mistake. Watch out! My god. No, he stopped. What? He stopped moving again. What's he doing? I'm so confused. Orp just stopped moving again. Orp stopped moving again. I don't know. That's hard. That's a harder
Batman.
situation to decide. I can't tell what happened there.
Just the mind games, dude.
No, like for like a split second, he literally just completely stopped moving. I think he thought he was going to get jumped in on, and maybe like he reeled back in his chair or something and was like, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure.
Batman.
Have you been able to rejoin the lobby?
I'm awaiting on an invite, I believe.
Oh, did like no one invite you? Hang on, please don't pick. Oh wait, you probably won't be. If they're in character stage, you probably won't be able to pick, right?
I mean, I'm watching the stream, so I can still
Yeah.
follow the match.
I thought, yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't invite you during it, but sorry, guys.
That's okay. We'll see what's happening with the admins. I believe the call is to probably. Okay, so I think are we making? I believe I'm just remaking the King of the Hill and
That
inviting
makes
everyone
sense. That makes a lot more sense to do it that way.
in. It does make sense while they're hanging on character select. Oh,
Well,
getting I have an invitation.
Firestorm.
no, they've actually picked characters. They're not going back. They're dedicated. All right, so you're going to be with me for one
Fighters
final game,
approaching
guys. Sorry,
Slaughter
they have gone in with their characters, and to be fair, for tournament integrity and stuff like that, if they're playing for IPS, then if there's money on the line, they're playing for IPS. We will go with whatever the players have picked. If they want to play now, then by all means they're going to play now, and this is going to be the final match potentially for Orb. It's unfortunate he had multiple opportunities to actually pull this one back, but I feel like I don't know. There's been some just really strange game ends. Vladdy getting caught by that low, probably expecting the overhead. Maybe not expecting Orp to be as unsafe, but if he's not afraid to take those risks, then he's not afraid. Okay, he's opened them up. Definitely evening things back. Ooh, the Injustice 1 combo says hello. Oh, that was such a sick anti-air, but he drops the combo. It's always unfortunate when they do something sick, but then drop the follow-up. Could be an amazing moment. There's the back three again. Vladdy just needs one more life bar, and he's going to be taking out Orp 3-1, I believe. Hey, raw grapple definitely works. It's a wonderful answer, because if they're going to go for like a projectile, or you catch them on the startup of something right as you've gone for it, the reward is majorly in your favor. When you go for a grapple and then you land it, you get a guaranteed vortex. All right, he gets a guaranteed knockdown. Wants to keep this pressure on just so he can pop the back call. Needs it. And I feel like at this point, I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of worried for Orp here. I think he's had some real moments of greatness, but fundamentally, Vladdy, he's so in tune with Batman that every time he lands a hit, it's all about conversions. The best Batman players can convert into such huge damage, and now into Vortex and setup. We didn't see the Vortex last year, but we saw it by the end, and definitely during this year. That's like the new age of Batman and Injustice 2, is left to right Vortex mix-up. And Vladdy, it makes sense that he goes for that kind of stuff, because why not? It's his best strength. Finally catches a whiff punish. Not a lot of meter. That's the danger, isn't it? Level 3 trait, or not going for the trait unless he can guarantee it off a hit, though. He really wants to try and use it in his setup. But I just don't feel like Vladdy's giving him the opening to do it. Having to use his only bar of meter, which means, yeah, having to pop that trait, because if he doesn't now, he's probably never going to get the chance to again. Catches the launching overhead. No wager from Vladdy. I think if he gets opened up now, though, he's probably going to pop it. Or lands in front again. Here comes the pressure. Low Molten Trap. Dedicating for just the raw overhead and low at this point. Oh, and he dedicates! Vladdy with the... Staying so true to his reads, and I feel like this combo is not going to kill, but if he guesses wrong, it's going to be game over. Does finally block. The bear trap comes out, but this is a small lifeline. Goes in for down 1, doesn't trade to down 2. Sometimes you see Batman players go for that. And he has to be rock solid on defense. Rock solid. But the pressure is real! And he finally challenges the forward 3. But wait a minute, what? Oh! That down 1 could have been big. But the one down 1 he did that wasn't converted off was the one that could have been Molten Trap. That's going to be game over. Vladdy moving on in the loser side of the top 8. Orp, unfortunately, is out of this tournament. But, he defeated K-Top to reach top 8, who was looking strong today as well. So, I think Orp, he can be pleased that he was able to at least get top 8. But he's going to be disappointed that he didn't get, his big win, basically. You can only block for so long against Batman, especially against the likes of Vladdy's Batman 2. GG's. Are you
Yes,
back?
Absolutely. What a match that I definitely was able to see and understand.
Let me,
I was able to watch the stream, so I was still able to watch it, which was cool. I'm really proud that Op was at least able to get top 8 today. I think he's going to be happy with that overall when it really comes down to it. I know he's always looking to get as far as he can, but I think this is a good stepping stone, right? This is a good placement for him with how inexperienced he is with tournaments. He could be happy with this. I'm sure he will be. But of course, Vladdy, this is the Russian man of the hour in this tournament. We'll be moving forward, and actually going to see who his opponent's going to be because of that. But I have made the King of the Hill, which I believe was the idea.
Oh, I believe. I invited you, but I don't know if we're all joining your lobby. We'll find out what the call's going to be.
I think the idea was to remake the lobby. So if you accept my invite, we'll join in fresh.
To be fair, that probably makes the most sense if you disconnected.
Indeed. Well, that King of the Hill was open for, I mean, we started at 12 and it's 5. That lobby was open for 5 hours, so I'm not sure if that has issues or what. But regardless, we're going to remake the lobby just to be on the safe side, ladies and gents, just to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
I should be joining right now.
Sure thing. Admins are waiting to join until after you have, just to make sure that we don't conflict over each other and interrupt and have to remake the lobby again. But so far, this has been a really good top 8. I think this has been really entertaining. I've had a lot of fun with it so far. But of course, we have Happy Pow and Shark Teeth, Dizzy TT versus Vladdy, and Tekken Master versus Mantis. I think it's quite fitting how we have. Obviously, you can AFK now, Ryan. We have Dizzy versus Vladdy, in the sense that you said that Vladdy is very much like the Russian version of Forever King. And Forever King, of course, was able to defeat Dizzy by the absolute skin of his teeth at CEO. It was one of the closest matches I've ever seen. So I have to see if he can get his spiritual revenge in the form of a different Batman player that plays in a similar style. And of course, now... All right. We'll be notifying admins about being able to join, and then we'll be able to continue with this top 8.
So, do we know what matchup is up next?
We do. The next match on the queue is Happy Pal versus Shark Teeth.
Let me actually have a look at the match queue. Probably a good idea. Let me have a look. Actually, after this, that's the only queue we need to know, isn't it? Because Happy Pal versus Shark Teeth, which means it will then be Dizzy TT versus Vladdy 7R. And then it'll be top 4. So I don't need the queue because I know what's coming now. So that does mean that Vladdy 7R versus Dizzy is going to be really interesting to me. 100%. Excited to see that one. And then Happy Pal versus Shark Teeth is just... This is a complete run back. This is a run back of what we saw at Vianality. Happy Pal took that there. But... You know, we're in a different circumstance. There's online. There's been adaptations made, I'm sure. Shark Teeth would have absolutely been preparing for the matchup, I'm sure.
I think the question of questions, though, is what character does Happy Pal bring to the table? Because we've seen in this top 8 already, he's played Flash, he's played Batman, he's played Grodd. Like, genuinely, is he looking to become one of those players that becomes hard to defeat a character select? You know, is that the level that he wants to find himself at? But we'll find out soon. I know, of course, his Flash has a good track record against Shark Teeth. But we have both players ready in the lobby now. Of course, for those of you that may have just tuned in or would simply like a reminder, welcome. This is the Injustice Pro Series Online Cup for Europe, where we are fighting for prize money and IPS points to that leaderboard as we get closer and closer to the IPS finals later this year. We have Happy Pal and Shark Teeth ready to go. This is losers side action in this top 8. Both players, to be completely honest, could really use the points in the IPS to be able to get closer to the finals, because both of these guys, they've been to so many IPS events this year, are yet to see major success, but they've been placing well enough that they have accrued a few points here and there, and getting a nice injection of points from today's cup will be super helpful for them.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the points right now, according to the online standings, Happy Pal sitting at 95 and then Shark Teeth on 55. Shark Teeth definitely needs these a lot more, but whoever places high in this tournament is going to basically overtake the other, so it's an important win for both of these players. Happy Pal, really, you know he's going to want to win this. Shark Teeth as well. They've both been traveling to some very even amount of tournaments. Shark Teeth wasn't able to really perform as well as he knew he could in Evo, which was a huge problem as well for him. Kind of had that extra tournament to try and place, but Evo just has the collection of all the hardest and all the best. So this is
I
a
feel like
great
that in
opportunity.
itself is almost, quite a stress creator in itself. Is being able to go to more tournaments, of course, means you have a high chance to qualify because you have more chances to make points. But if you go to event after event after event and you're just not making points, then the next one you go to is, oh man, I need to make sure I place within top XYZ, otherwise I'm not getting anything again. And the more you don't get the points you want, the harder it will become to kind of get over that mental hurdle.
Absolutely. Now, Shark Teeth has had plenty of
That deep
opportunities. Yeah, he's had plenty of opportunities this year. And Happy Pal, I think Happy Pal just plays against Shark Teeth very confidently. Now, there's the anti-air jump one. Just so assertive on the ground. You just always want to jump. And you can't, because the instant jump one from the flash is so quick.
Oh, there's an opportunity for Shark Teeth to turn around. That last minute cross up again, but Happy Pal's blocking it this time. Going to fall victim to the stuff that Shark Teeth has been opening up basically everyone with in this tournament today. Of course, this is one of the many times we've seen Shark Teeth. And there we go, Shark Teeth, he tries to down two in between, but cannot do so in the Speed Force setup. Oh no, wait, Shark Teeth.
That was a really weird looking combo. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Oh, watch out. Trying to do the damage. Frost Breath still not enough to kill. And he's only just about to build one of his lasers. Running Man somehow low profile the charge, but it's not enough. Look at the super. Actually, Happy Pal's sitting on a super.
Of course, if he can chip down Shark Teeth with anything here, that super's going to be kill territory. And Shark Teeth can't do anything.
But Happy Pal, he's just not moving. He's just sitting here not doing anything.
Just giving Shark Teeth to use the resources. Oh, the defense. Oh, the second he lets go. Oh, now the shimmy.
I don't know what's going on. I feel like Happy... Oh, is he going to have to wager, surely? No, he's not.
No, he's not. He's keeping the super. Oh, wake up forward dash. Oh, he got hits.
I'm surprised. I don't really know what I'm seeing. I feel like Happy Pal just kind of...
Oh, the blocks.
So focused on seeing... Oh, that has to be it. And he just gave the chance. Is he going to hurt him now? I wonder if he's going to spend 3 bars to hurt him.
I bet it's a question. 3 bars won't kill, but if he holds the bar for super, this is actually a really tough decision. All four, 32% damage. That's magic pixel territory almost. Ship anything. Oh, the cloud.
Don't overextend.
Oh,
my God. I don't know what the end of this round is. Oh, the neutral jump. But now he's going to get hurt.
Guaranteed damage for sure, but Happy Pal, he needed to clash. He was going to be dead if he didn't. Oh boy!
God, you know Happy Powers are... How did that happen? How did that
No. I feel like we have to acknowledge here that when you play in the style that Happy Pal plays, this is going to happen sometimes. Because if you play for the super, hold the super, take away the options, which we've seen Happy Pal do countless times, tournament after tournament after tournament.
So
How many
greedy.
How many matches has he won by keeping hold of those, right? But on the flip side, it is a playstyle that if you're holding it for a super and the opportunity never comes and you still hold on to it, that's a decision you have to make. If you hold on to it and you clash early and you get health back, I mean, it might be a bit more of a traditional match, but then you are put in a situation that you don't have super, you're against Supergirl, she's got a full bar of trait, you don't have clash anymore, and all of a sudden you are significantly less intimidating. That is going to happen sometimes with the way that Happy Pal plays.
The reason I don't agree is because he had many opportunities to pull the trigger on super. Like, he was looking for a button to... Oh, what? Oh no, Happy Pal? What? What's happened? Is his pad died or something?
What if it's a mind game? What if it's like next level stuff?
I don't know.
He's not breaking any rules, technically.
I don't know what's going on. Are we going to run this back?
I'm not sure. I actually don't know. I mean, quickly check the admin chat, see if we have any notification.
Let's find out what happened. I don't know. I genuinely, guys, I don't know what's going on. So we'll this intense top 8 battle.
Didn't go random select.
What?
Oh, stage didn't go random stage. I see. So so the stage was picked manually this time instead of random. So they're gonna have to redo it, I think.
Oh, I see.
In theory, the player that didn't choose random through technically through the game. Like if you're getting technical, but of course it's not my decision. It's up to the admins to decide what's going on here. I assume the admins are talking with the players as we speak, so I have no doubt it's being figured out as we go. Didn't pick random select. Okay, are we just...
Yeah, Happy's just finishing the game as fast as. Just speed running this game. That's what he's doing.
There's
Very
definitely
distinct.
faster ways that Flash can take away life. I'm just saying.
Hard to fight a red.
I actually challenge it. When you look at like in a short space of time, maybe not.
True. I think you got a point.
I'm
I'll
assuming
say
which is
it's good the players recognized it, realized now of course it has to be random stage. I feel like that was a thing in MKX, right? That random stage wasn't always the case. It was a lot of the time. But even in tournaments, that like players would always have a tendency to pick stages that they just really liked or they thought were great for their characters. And I think stages in NetherRealm games, they make such a difference that we just can't. It has to be regulated. It's so important. We get Gorilla City anyway,
and we literally got Gorilla City regardless. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, it's a good stage.
Well, I mean, it's one of my favorites. Well then, you can't make that stuff up, can you?
I mean, at least Happy Power's player one side now.
Oh yeah, we've got a quick set. Oh dear.
That's gonna be the first bar going to Happy Pal. That actually wasn't like a jab. It's like genuine observation. But of course, Happy Pal will be getting quite a lot of damage here. We have to remember that first game, Happy Pal was in complete control of, and it just slipped away from him. And Shark Teeth was able to really claw it back.
I think he was so greedy with his bar in the first game, he just froze up and let Shark Teeth just kill him for no reason. That's generally what I think happened. He just froze up. That was his win to take. And now it's time for him to correct that mistake, I suppose.
Indeed, he has a huge life advantage at the very least, so he's done a good journey at correcting that error. But of course, it's going to be the first life bar gone to Happy Pal, with pretty much unscathed, to be completely honest.
Doesn't want to overextend, just kind of content letting Shark Teeth press buttons here.
You can see the patience from Happy Pal. He's not going to mind blocking those. So the chip damage on those lasers, I mean, it adds up over time, but when you have this much of life lead, it's so negligible.
Alright, there's the setup. Lovely delay wake up. Excellent tech, actually.
Oh, there we go.
Challenges. Should be a background bounce.
Obviously, like, because Supergirl's down one is slower now than it used to be, you can afford to disrespect in that situation a bit more. And of course, using all of the trait bar just to get the chip damage on Shark Teeth.
Wonderful turnaround, actually, for Shark Teeth.
The trade! Wow, amazing stuff from Shark Teeth there.
Another good read on the low. Oh, gets the
not close enough.
Yeah, if he was in the corner, we would have seen the combo there. There it is again. Oh, expects the challenge. Cancels the running man, building a little bit of meter.
Then let's end it here and now.
Now I'm a little bit concerned because Happy Power is nearing the left-hand side of the screen, and he's at this point in the stage very easily able to get 4 bars. And Shark Teeth now doesn't even have a clash. Like there's nothing Happy Power has to be worried about here, aside from the trait, because Shark Teeth doesn't have a lot of bar either. Oh, 2 throws back to back.
What's the mix-up?
Oh, the neutral jump from Shark Teeth. He tried again.
And he just challenges it.
Uh-oh.
Gets clipped. This should be game. This can do a lot of damage. He's dead. Surely he has to be dead. He doesn't opt to go for the lift.
Oh, that's it. That's what we hit. Yep. Chip damage. Chip damage. As soon as you saw Shark Teeth getting off the ground without a wake up, that was game over.
I actually feel like Happy Power reacted to the stand-up with that one.
Yep, 100% did. That's going to tie things up at the very least. Happy Power's going to be happy to nip that one in the bud, considering the first game was definitely his game to lose, and his kind of, it's like you said, right, his greed on his bar definitely held him back. Like, I can understand why he held on to it, but in hindsight, just wasn't the right thing to do. But isn't hindsight a wonderful thing?
Now, Shark Teeth, he's going to take some time out. He hasn't gone with anybody but Supergirl the entire tournament. So a character change would actually surprise me. I know he does play Catwoman, doesn't he?
I've seen his Catwoman. I've not seen anything else by him. I believe he plays Superman. I remember seeing his Superman at Versus Fighting last year. But of course, that's a considerable amount of time ago from now. But just as you say, he is actually going to be going to Catwoman to try and bring this one back. He did win the first game, so he does have the counter picker's advantage. But even though it says 1-2, of course, we had to have that default game.
Yeah, we had the default game. It's currently 1-1, so he's going to bet it on Catwoman, thinking it's going to give him a better chance. Obviously, he gets a different it's a different game plan against the Flash than Catwoman. She's a lot more grounded. She's a lot more footsie oriented. It's a matchup I think Happy Pal might be familiar with though, because I do think him and Dizzy play together a little bit on.
I will say I'm not too sure about this pick. I feel like Supergirl is still the better choice for Shark Teeth. I feel like his Supergirl is better than his Catwoman. I also feel like that matchup's a bit better than Catwoman Flash. I'm not saying Catwoman loses to Flash outright, but I feel like the way Happy Pal plays, the way Shark Teeth's been playing to keep Happy Pal out works way better with Supergirl than it does Catwoman.
And I mean, the thing is as well, Happy Pal has defeated insane Catwoman players. Like at Combo Breaker, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, he defeated Samij, right, in tournament.
I believe so.
I didn't see it because there was so much going on, but that was the tale being told, and I definitely remember people talking about it, that Happy Pal had defeated Samij.
Oh, that big whip. What?
Oh!
How is he drop that one?
What is going on?
He literally had like 5 times more time to confirm than usual.
The slow-mo cat dash. Thank you very much. Can't stagger against the Flash. That down 1-2 is too quick. Look
oh, there it is. Yep, Shark Teeth forced to spin the bar, but his Catwoman have plenty more where that came from.
Trying to stagger. Risky. It's always risky to stagger against the Flash, because if he makes a good read and then you're minus, even if you're not unsafe, you are in 50-50 town. He's going to take your stagger and he's just going to enforce. And here comes more mix-ups from Happy Pal. The Clash comes out from Shark Teeth. But this is a significantly better game, I think, than we have seen previously. I agree with you. I'm not sure the Catwoman pick was the right call.
I mean, you can understand. I mean, that's the point, right? He won the first game, so he has the counter picker's advantage. If this doesn't go well, he can go back if he wants to. But that being said, he still has an opportunity to still take this one. But it does depend on how he plays around this life bar. Happy Pal, yeah, nice punish, of course.
That was sick.
But a Happy Pal, he's got 4 bars, and Shark Teeth has no resources. That's the thing he's got to watch out for here. Spinning a bar, Happy Pal not interested in saving it for Super yet. If Happy Pal was not saving Super on you anymore, I would be worried. Because then it's serious mode.
Oh, the down 2 actually kind of altering the Flash's hitbox there, making him unjump-pinnable. He's got him in the corner. He's got Super. This is Happy Pal for crying out loud. Nope.
He's walking back. He's walking back. He's looking for it.
Oh, don't press the button. Oh, no. He's dead. He is so dead.
Oh,
the style
combo.
The finesse. The finesse. Oh,
but that's what he does. He doesn't hold the Super to do the Super. He holds the Super to make you think the Super is coming no matter what you do. And that's when he runs up on 50-50s. Happy Pal with the clean play to finish off the end of that series. I believe that's 3-1, right?
No, it's 2-1.
Oh, 2-1.
You're forgetting the game that we had to wait for.
Oh, yes, of course. Okay, yes, of course. Well, still 2-1.
Stay with me, Jake. Stay with me.
No, that's my bad. I'm remembering the restart we had to do, and that kind of just felt like the last game to me. But of course, Shark Teeth's still very much in the set. Do you reckon he goes back to Supergirl here? I mean, I can't imagine he's going to stick with Catwoman.
I want to agree with AD Solo in the chat that says this man is addicted to supers. But since day one, like straight up since day one, Happy Pal has been the super machine. You could say he is the Superman.
I just understood what you said.
It took ages for you to even respond to that. That was the most awkward silence I think I could possibly imagine for.
I mean, it was a low quality reference, to be honest.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, it makes sense, but that doesn't make it makes sense, but that doesn't make it a quality roast.
All right, guys. 1 for good joke, 2 for bad joke. That's what I want.
We're not doing this.
I've set it up.
Ion. I understand, Ion.
Here we go.
Dr. Fate.
All right, I already see a 2. That's not good. That's not good news.
It's me that wrote
Fighters
it.
approaching Gorilla City.
All right.
Oh, okay. Shark Teeth with the adjustment. He's actually going to Dr. Fate. Never seen Shark Teeth play Dr. Fate before, so this is a surprise.
I don't know. To be fair, this is like a real last-ditch counter pick because this is a horrendous match. This is not a good match at all. Now, that said, I've never seen Shark Teeth play this character ever. So I wonder if that's going to carry some weight. I wonder if this is going to be a matchup that's so bad you just only need limited experience to make it difficult, or whether Shark Teeth's limited experience with Dr. Fate is actually going to fight him and he's not going to be able to enforce the matchup being difficult.
He has bet. I mean, he's bet the rest of the series on it at the very least, so he's going to have to be confident.
And to be fair, Happy Pal is currently 2-1 in his favor. If he wants, he can change character after this and go against Dr. Fate. Now, is it going to be enough? Ooh, it's actually almost like he was expecting the Mia Burn roll, but wasn't ready for the down 1 afterwards. with the flash. He has just put so much work to get in.
Oh, the whip punish! How long do you have to? That's like what everyone wishes the 4-2 was like slow by default. So you can whip punish it with everyone. Of course, Happy Pal. Oh, the Buffalo coming through. The good block. Happy Pal.
Oh, the damage! Ooh. Zhao commits into the charge, and it's not going to be enough. Forward 2 is going to chip him out, and this is why we've seen the counter pick. This is a really not good matchup for the Flash.
He's trying to get through, but the orb, look at the damage adding up. Again, Shark Teeth, the preemptive 4-2 to catch Happy Pal on the way in. Oh, went under completely, and there's a punish. That was actually clean from Happy Pal.
Now, Shark Teeth has spent a lot of resources trying to take that round. There's a win. Oh, he didn't.
Oh, no, again, I'm very, very surprised that Shark Teeth did it twice.
I actually definitely agree. I'm not sure what.
No, that was a wonky setup attempt right there. It was a match where they wake up from Shark Teeth to get out of it.
The worry is that he's actually let Shark Teeth out the corner. That was, I'm really sure, I'm positive that's how he was going to win the round. Reacts to the dash.
Just the old 1-2 straight to the face.
Wait, he's got super.
Oh, the single.
All right, unclashable, 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 unclashable.
Oh, Happy Pal. Yeesh, with the clean stuff, the swaggy slow-mo, unclashable damage in the corner. Incredible stuff. Shark Teeth. Unfortunately, now it is going to be 3-1 now. As Happy Pal is going to be moving through Shark Teeth. He gave himself a good advantage. I think if he was able to win that game, it would have put Happy Pal in a miserable situation, considering we know, of course, that that first game came down to the absolute wire, and that would have been such an unfortunate thing to reflect upon for Happy Pal, knowing it came down to that as a possibility. But that's not going to be the way, as Happy Pal is going to be moving on 3-1 in losers bracket side after a pretty intense back and forth, to be completely honest. It was 3-1, but definitely felt a lot closer than that, considering how long the set took from start to finish.
Yeah, I think that pretty much means that currently, you know, Happy Pal just has that really good track record against Shark Teeth in tournament. You know, they played at Venality and Happy Pal defeated him there, and they play here. The result is, you know, the same. I believe it even was a 3-1 at Venality as well. It was either 3-1 or 3-2, but either way, Happy Pal won that. So that's a good odds for Happy Pal at this stage, but it's nowhere near over. Like, by no means is it over for him, because we still now have to go through our next match of losers in this kind of like joint 5th place playoff situation, where it's going to be Vladdy versus Dizzy TT, probably Catwoman versus Batman. That's going to be like the most canon matchup ever. So after that, we're going to go down into our top 4, which is now going to be Happy Pal versus whoever wins between Dizzy TT and Vladdy 7R. And then after that, it's going to be our losers finals. And then before that, we have winners finals. We're nearing the end of this tournament, and the matches are getting ridiculous. So Shark Teeth needed to place well in this tournament. And even though he did get the top 8 and he has got himself a little bit of money and some points, with Shark Teeth being out of there, I'm not actually sure he has a chance at qualifying for the IPS finals anymore, because he has to do really well at SCR, like really well at SCR, or win the last chance qualifier. And with the likes of the players that are going to be at the last chance qualifier, that's going to have to be like the greatest tournament he's ever played in. So it's possible, but like odds are not in his favor now.
No, I mean, but isn't that the way it works, right? When there's only so much like limited IPS potential left in the circuit, because of course the Injustice Pro Series, it started at, I believe, Combo Breaker.
Combo Breaker was the first.
And has been going from then to now, you know, and I believe it wasn't the Canadian online stuff even before that, I think. So the IPS this year started quite a few months ago now, and there has been quite a fair number of events from the start to where we are at now. We're definitely in kind of like the later stages of it. So this is where the tensions get high and the pressure really is on for you to get as far as you can in every event you take part in. And of course, Shark Teeth getting this far was impressive, but it's going to be difficult. But, you know, luckily he is a sponsored guy, so hopefully we can see him out to the rest of the events, you know, maybe the last chance qualifier, SCR, whatever it might be. And I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to see more of him. But moving on to some other players now, it is going to be Dizzy from the UK, Foxy Grandpa's kind of protege, the up-and-coming UK player against Vladdy 7R from Russia, who is this Batman machine that we saw all the way through last year and haven't seen him that much this year, because obviously we haven't seen much of Russia in the IPS so far, of course. So it's nice to see them entering this cup and getting far. And Vladdy doing an amazing job just by himself so far. And it's going to be Dizzy versus Vladdy. I'm excited to see what happens here. Dizzy's very patient. Vladdy is a very explosive Batman player. I think it's going to be quite an interesting dynamic. The question is, will Dizzy be able to slow things down, or will Vladdy overwhelm him with this kind of just non-stop Batman?
Tournament skin versus Electrum skin as well. Support your tournaments and support esports, mate. You can go into the game and buy those skins and contribute towards the players that are in the match. These guys know what's up. So this matchup's going to be very, very neutral heavy. You know, Batman's going to have the kind of distance in the defensive game, but I feel like Catwoman has a lot of buttons that can do pretty well against this character. That said, Batman does well versus Catwoman. You know, we've seen this matchup loads as is, but we did see Foxy at the end of last year put in a lot of surprising work actually with Batman during the E-League days, and that was kind of like one of the main characters alongside Deadshot that allowed him to secure that second place. Batman actually was the catalyst and the tool that helped him beat Samij, but this was the matchup that Dizzy helped Foxy train it. So this is a matchup he's more than familiar with.
But at the same time, Vladdy, you know, there were Catwoman players a lot in Russia in year one, and of course he's a very avid online player overall, and online is filled with Catwomen. But of course, perhaps not to the caliber of Dizzy all the time, but there's that standing cross up, the dirty stuff immediately coming out from Vladdy. I think we do have a good match on our hands for sure. There's neutral control.
But this is the knowledge. This is, I don't want Catwoman anywhere near me. Now, I wonder if Dizzy has ever played a Batman so aggressively focused on keeping him away. Because this is a matchup as well. Remember, Dizzy almost beat Forever King at CEO.
It literally came down to the last hit. It came down to a bad read and a wake up from Dizzy, and Forever King was able to be able to clutch that one out. But that already was about a month or so ago. Dizzy's definitely not content to let that kind of thing happen again.
Neutral jump into some pressure. Ooh, Vladdy getting hit by the last hit, but no commitment from Dizzy.
Yeah, Dizzy was definitely not expecting that to work.
Watch out for that back release. Gotta watch out for it. That's the one. Instant startup, and even though it's not really plus on block at all, very plus on hit. There's the knockdown.
Well, there we go. Yep, the whip gonna do just enough damage to that first life bar, and it's as we expected, a very slow-paced first bar. Especially when Dizzy's playing, you know, we're seeing Catwoman. You see very different kinds of Catwoman, I should say. And Dizzy really is that slow, patient style, and we're seeing it work. Oh, nice anti-air, but doesn't get confirmed.
Tries to trip guard. Oh! If it committed to a different neutral jump, we actually probably would have seen a neutral jump one chew up that button there from Vladdy. But trip. And you can see the range that Catwoman commands. Even though it looks like it looks like he's the one in control, but look at the health. Dizzy, oh my god, the block!
Dizzy with the knowledge. We'll be falling for that one again.
Disrespects the plus frames. Vladdy goes in. Versus a back 2-3.
Oh, he's building up the trait. That's all Dizzy wanted.
Now he's got full resources, a full trait, can be damage or plus on block. Guess is wrong. No bat release from Vladdy. Didn't believe in the combo there. Could have been a full combo, but I think he actually wants to just keep the knockdown and keep the zoning damage.
Oh, the block and punish, but no punish at all on the wake up.
He punished it with a down one. I've never seen Dizzy do something like that. Oh, the punish. Can't let him clash. He releases it. The punish again.
Oh, the interrupt. He can win this clash if he wants to. If he spends 3, it keeps him the life lead. But does he do that or not? Surely he does. Oh, 2. I like it. Giving Vladdy only 1 bar's worth of regeneration, saving 2 for himself so he can clash if he needs to. I think he wanted to save resources for his own defense if he needs them. Opted not to clash.
I can't believe he didn't clash that. I genuinely cannot believe he did not clash that. I think he's just given Vladdy the win. He's not going to let him clash, of course not.
Oh, wow. Unfortunately, it makes you wonder if it really did come down to that one last read. I feel like that moment was a prime opportunity for Dizzy to clash and get some health back. I was sure that's why he saved the bar in the clash.
There were 2 major mistakes there made by Dizzy. The first one was blocking the slide and having all the time in the world to see it was guaranteed and punish with a down 1. And then afterwards, just... he didn't clash. I have no idea why he didn't clash. Because that
definitely isn't what we were expecting.
Yeah, the second he didn't clash, I feel like he just gave the win to Vladdy on a silver plate.
Well, obviously going into game 2 now, this is first to threes. There's still potentially a lot of room for a lot more games in this series. I think we're going to see that kind of continue to happen.
Bruce.
I thought you were done with crime.
We've seen Dizzy recover from bad
How
wins
else
or
can a
bad
girl get your
losses
attention?
before.
Begin.
I'm wondering if he can pull it together. I don't think he's ever fought Vladdy. I really don't know if these guys have fought. Execution, that is not what Vladdy wanted. That's one of those classic errors that Batman players can
It
get
is.
by
That's the infamous Batman input error. The one and only. But of course, I mean, Vladdy will be paying for that quite considerably.
Now, plenty of damage. Wake up, Batarang. Does he seen that one before?
Oh no.
CEO, rest in peace.
Okay, Dizzy though does have a huge life lead at the very least. Vladdy still trying to go through, but delays his air tech until before the grapple. I like that. Waiting to see Vladdy go for the grapple before he ups the air tech to realise that it's worth air teching. Okay, Vladdy fighting back now.
Alright, now he's going for that full screen game again. Allowing him to build cat scratches though. Super patient and Dizzy. Wonderful block on the cross-up actually.
He's got 4 scratches too, but there it is, the trait. Saves the day, and Vladdy is kept away from a big opening. But there we go. Dizzy, I'm not quite sure what he tried there. Looks like he went for the up whip. May have been an input error of his own there.
And I love the patience. Actually waiting for the combo, but again, wake up. The move that is,
Worst enemy.
the wake up that is not a wake up, but is absolutely definitely a wake up. Oh, what was that?
But that's it, right? And I feel like it's worth explaining quickly. So the Batman up Batarang meter burn on wake up has no wake up invincibility, right? It is not a wake up attack. It is not a true wake up attack. However, the animation, he moves his head back before he throws the Batarang, which makes him avoid certain moves. And because you meter burn it so quickly, it's plus on block and it launches on hit. And it has such a big hitbox, it actually does function quite well as a wake up. It's really bizarre, but it's such a useful tool for him to have.
This is like one of those moves that it recovers so quickly, it recovers so quickly and it has a big hitbox on it that you can still do it. Goes over the wake up and it whiffs. But the second Vladdy gets that single bat, it just shuts down her up close game. She can't jump, she can't interrupt gaps. Like look, the second he's gone in for the jump now, Vladdy's going to release. But the patience, Dizzy waits for it. But now he's got the guaranteed escape. And now he has to chase him down all over again.
He's building bar in the process. Vladdy doesn't have a lot of traits to work with.
You can't punish him, he's got the bat, so you can instantly release.
That's 4 bars for Dizzy.
I don't think he's going to get the chance to spend it though. I think Vladdy's going to keep this super unclashable.
I think Dizzy might not get the choice. Depends if he gets a good jump in. Dizzy doesn't commit. Oh,
There it is.
On that one.
And now he's definitely going to hurt him. Dizzy is absolutely going to hurt Vladdy here. I wonder what he's going to do. 3 bars for 3? Surely.
He should have just trade it out. No, Dizzy held on to 2 again. He did this last time and he didn't clash.
Unfortunately though now. Oh, there it is! He should be dead. This should be dead, surely. 4-3. Finish the combo. Knock down some chip.
Oh,
wake up dash!
Vladdy. Now, the thing is, I actually respect that from Vladdy a lot. I feel like, obviously, like, pressing buttons on wake up there was... It lost him the game, but he was so low on life, and you're approaching chip territory from Catwoman, who can be plus. She can chase you down backdash-wise. You have to make a read. You have to make a call. What do I do here? And Vladdy thought in the moment, right, what I'm going to do is I'm committing. Wake up buttons. That's my option here. Because if he sat there unblocked, he was probably going to lose.
Batman.
And you have to do something. And whilst what he decided didn't win him the game, I mean, you have to commend like the brassness of it to stick to that kind of play at that moment.
Well, it's going to be 1-1 now.
Fighters
And I do
approaching
like
the
the fact that
Batcave.
Dizzy, like, he makes really smart... You look at the way Dizzy approaches, and you really do see shades of, like, a Foxy grandpa in this gameplay.
It is mini Foxy.
It is, like, Dizzy is Foxy's
Begin.
student, and you can see why in the way he plays the game. So clean, so fundamentally based, entirely built around how the opponent plays, not what the character can do, you know? It's not one of those autopilot things. He played against everyone so differently.
I feel like this is what Foxy may have seen. The way Dizzy plays Catwoman is the way Foxy probably envisioned to play Catwoman initially. You know what I mean? When the game first came out. But Dizzy, of course, stuck with the character and has now far surpassed, you know, the Catwoman that Foxy had.
And now they're down 2. That forward 3 cross-up on female characters is... It's so good. It really is. There's the anti-air. Clean anti-air. Gets the wrong grapple. Probably tries to go for the up one, but maybe a little bit too far away. That said, here comes the combo from Dizzy.
Oh, and there it is. A lot of damage coming through Vladdy. Could be able to bring this one back, but he doesn't have a huge amount of life left on this first life bar. He's more than capable of taking it down. He does have 5 cat scratches as well. Oh! Tries to interrupt. Of course, those trait bats don't have a huge amount of blocks done on them.
All right, yeah. A little bit of pressure, but it's not enough. Vladdy being very, very defensive, has a bat, and that's it. This matchup changes the second he gets that bat.
Oh, see Vladdy, he's really being quite conservative. He's not just pulling the trigger on the bats immediately. Oh, definitely tried to go for a grapple there. You saw the little hesitation where he was standing.
That was a really, really good decision too. Nice, clean conversion. Dizzy, unfortunately, has taken a lot of damage trying to get in. It's tricky, because now if he tries, again, yeah, right there, he tries to whip punish and he just eats it back. He's now going to have to spend minimum 3 bars. He has to get it back.
I mean, if he spends 3 bars, that's not a terrible amount. I mean, 2, he's missing out on 5% life here, so it's not the end of the world. 5% for 1 bar, it's not always worth it. Even though 3 is like the optimal health regeneration, it's not always what you want. However, having 2 bars with Batman cornered and his corner escape exploded and not there, this is a great situation for Dizzy. That could have been a big opening, but the low again, Vladdy is consistently, I think he's trying to interrupt the gap between it.
Well, if he's trying to open up gaps, he kind of runs a huge risk of just getting clipped here, and that's the last thing he wants. Convinced him to go for the low slide. Yeah, he went in for the 50-50 and it wasn't in his favor. Here comes the up toss into guaranteed pressure. There we go. This should be game. This has to be. He's so weak unless he makes a crazy comeback. But with the health left, I don't think he can do it now. Oh, right in the face.
Okay, that's it. 2-1. Vladdy is one game away from eliminating Dizzy, but again, they're closer games. This is gonna be. I mean, I'll be very surprised if we don't go down to a game 5 here. I'll be completely honest. And I feel like it's not like either player is playing bad either. I feel like Dizzy is getting opened up by like the odd hit in a string here and there, and it's kind of it ends up costing him a lot of damage. Like for example, getting hit by the overhead and back 2-3, like just that last hit, and it's seemingly at a range that Batman can't follow up. But because he had the the traits, he gets an overhead, which turns it into a restand, which turns it into hella plus frames and more damage. And it's also happening to Dizzy. Dizzy's going for the the low string with the kicks, and Vladdy's trying to interrupt the gap, getting tagged by the last hit. It's going into a cat dash or a trait, and that's the kind of exchange we're seeing from these guys. Aside from the odd craziness of like those standing cross-ups and the forward 3s from Vladdy that we're seeing quite a few times. It very much kind of is just extended block strings from both players, and then at some point you're going to get opened up.
Catwoman.
Batman's just one of those characters where you can only block against him for so long, I think. And that's pretty much, pretty much what you were just saying. Is that
Metropolis.
you can block amazingly.
Actually, I realized I'm talking about the way Vladdy plays Batman, and isn't this the way he played Johnny Cage and MKX?
Yes.
He played A-list, right?
He was an A-list player.
Of course.
Whatever happened to Sacron? Asked Theo. I see you in the chat, Theo. Sacron, I believe, I think he just stopped playing the game after Path to Pro last year. And
what was that? What a start!
Respect personified.
That is literally the most respect I've ever seen players show each other in this game. Absolutely incredible start. I've never gotten so hyped by seeing 2 players do nothing. Because by doing nothing, they were doing something. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
After seeing Orp stand still earlier on and Happy now standing still, I don't know what to believe anymore.
What's going on here?
Is it respect? Is it a faulty controller? Who knows?
Oh no! Drops the conversion. That's actually a really weird looking drop. But speaking of which, here comes Catwoman and her corner conversions. Oh god, she does such nice damage in the corner.
She really does, especially if she's got the bar behind her, which considering it's Catwoman, she almost certainly will have. I'm actually quite surprised that didn't cross up that forward 3.
I feel like Dizzy must have recognized that Vladdy was too far away for that one in particular to cross up. Just good calculation, really. Ooh,
okay, this is exactly what Dizzy needed. This is a 4 life bar lead. He's not completely starved on resources. Oh, full jump in. And a
rank match, boys. Right match, boys. That's a rank jump if I've ever seen one. So good.
But that's what she's good for, right? Like the jump too, that jumping whip goes so far. Someone like Batman who retreats back with his projectile, if you jump at the right range, you will chase him down.
And I feel like Vladdy, he's had like that's one of the first chances in this game he's had to actually pull the bat and use the bat to shut down all of the stuff that Dizzy's trying to do.
You can see him behind. Oh, the TV! You're on TV. Oh,
that wouldn't be a first time for Catwoman. Oh, what's up? And again, just making the wrong call on that. I mean, that, for those that don't know, back 2-3, it's a 50-50 between back 2 slide and back 2-3. And if you have a bat, you can combo off it.
It's one of those things that, is it a 50-50, is it fuzzable? I've heard from from players of various kinds, various scenes, that it's kind of one or the other. At the very least, it's a mix-up. It's a mix-up you have to respect. You have to
There's a fine line between seeable and unseeable, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people say they can, some people say they can't. But at the very least, it is a mix-up.
No anti-air attempt from Dizzy. I think Dizzy is so much more content trip guarding and taking minus frames rather than risk an anti-air and get either jumped in on or Batman changes his jump up and gets a full jump in.
I'd like to see Vladdy throwing these batarangs for a bit more purpose, because right now all they seem to be doing is either building him a little tiny bit of bar or giving Dizzy a full trade, and I don't know if that trade is worth it for Vladdy. Because every time he's establishing that full screen batarang game, it's just, I mean, obviously they did take down the amount of meter that he builds from throwing them. So it's going to take him a long time to build bar on them, but it only takes Dizzy like 4 or 5 of them to build his trait fully. Okay, here's a chance for Vladdy. This is going to be a tough comeback for Vladdy if ever I've seen one. He doesn't have Clash anymore. Ooh.
Doesn't pull the trigger on the bat risk.
Oh, that wake up!
He risked the entire game on it.
That was so brave.
I think he's trying to accelerate it again. Watch out, there's the cross-up!
Immediate Clash. Now, does Vladdy spend anything here to deny health, or does he just accept it?
I wonder. Should he have to get help?
2 for nothing. Yep, Dizzy's gonna get it back. Vladdy can't afford to spend it. If Vladdy gets a hit now, it might be game. He needs 1 hit to potentially ambiguous jump in.
It feels to me like Dizzy was being really oppressive, and he very quickly just stopped.
Oh, and there it is again! The patience from Dizzy. Beabo in the 4-3 just for more damage, and that's going to be enough. Vladdy, I love it. I love that attempt, because Dizzy was sitting there at a range that, was Dizzy going to jump? Was he going to jump in on a read of a batarang? Was he going to do something? And then Vladdy just called that out with an instant dive kick. But Dizzy blocking the dive kick and immediately pressing a button. And Vladdy getting opened up for it. And we are going to a game 5, as I predicted. I mean, I'd be surprised if we didn't, with players playing this clean against each other. And, I mean, can this round start in this game 5, top game 4s? The 3-second stare down. Does anything beat that?
That was just respect to the next level, I think that was. But you said it yourself. I thought this could go. You said you thought you could go this to a game 5. And here we are.
Well, looks like Dizzy's giving himself a little bit of time at least. Can't really blame him. Of course, we have to remember, Vladdy doesn't have a lot of points, so Dizzy has more to lose here than Vladdy, but there's prize money to be won. They're not just going to roll over and not try their hardest because they're not going to qualify for finals. They want the prize money, they want the credentials, and Dizzy, he's been looking for success to get IPS points for so long now, so many events this year.
Begin.
Well, 1 game away. One of these guys is moving on. Dizzy definitely needs the points a lot more. Vladdy, this is kind of like Vladdy's only entry into the IPS this year. So I think he'll appreciate anything and anything. A chance for cash he'll never say no to, but Dizzy, this is a vital win. There's more pressure riding on Dizzy than there is Vladdy here.
Oh, that's going to be a full combo. Spending a bar to extend.
Okay, knocked down.
This is bad. This is bad for Vladdy. Oh, the wake up down 2! Oh, but no, he missed the combo!
I feel like it's actually quite fitting that we haven't seen Vladdy since last year, and that was the most 2017 down 2 I've seen all year from Batman players.
Game 4 start off with 4 seconds of pure respect. Game 5, wake up down 2 on the first knockdown. Oh, that is the diverse playstyle. Right? I mean, that's what Vladdy thrives for.
Isn't it 6
He's
frames?
so unpredictable. It is fast. It's a fast button.
I'm sure he's got 6 or 7 frame down 2 or something.
It's fast. It's fast at the very least.
Alright, there's the confirm. Now, he has to watch out. What wake-up attack is Vladdy going to do? Oh, no!
Oh, okay, that's been the life path. Is it Dizzy? But we've said it before that it's just swapped around now. Dizzy, that's not a safe amount of life to be up on against Batman. Any hit's going to do it at this point. Push block to get rid of the traits. Oh, no! The meter burn! The meter burn made him take longer to recover, and he has no choice but to clash instantly. I mean, one bar should undo the damage.
That's the best kind of clash, of course. One that's like immediate. They can't use it tactically, and that was a great interaction. It's match point for both players right here. With headbutt. One thing Dizzy is not doing at all is anti-air. He hasn't even tried to anti-air down 2. I wonder if he just doesn't want to risk it.
I mean, the thing is, Batman has so many ways to alter his jump arc, especially if he's got a trait bat behind him, that it's so dangerous. Oh, he knew he'd call it. But he has so many ways of altering that jump arc that it's so dangerous to attempt the jump in. Because if you do it and you mistime it, it's a easy combo for Batman, and he's going to turn it into some kind of restand. Oh, wow.
No, minimal damage, just a regular combo.
Oh, there it is, the air to air for Dizzy.
No wager, this could be the start of a sequence right here. Knockdown, what's next? Delayed wake up.
Wake up forward dash.
I would have understood wake up forward dash if he got up immediately, but he wake up forward dash.
Oh, that's
Oh, no.
Oh,
What happened? Why did that miss?
Oh, he disrespected the plus frames.
Disrespect the frames, mate. And because of that, game number 5. Let's go the Dizzy PT. Oh my god. I mean, the thing is, Vladdy spent so much of that game showing respect. And right at the end, when he stopped respecting a single thing, is exactly why he lost. Like, it's unfortunate, but I guess that's what happens when you just throw defense out the window and you just start going like hyper hard reads. Like, that's why Dizzy, I think, was the better player in that set. More composed.
But it's one of those situations that, like, yes, he did 2 air techs in the same combo and they were both chased down. But, I mean, what else was Vladdy supposed to do? He didn't have a clash. The combo damage would have put him to basically chip damage kill territory. That would have put, I believe, on the top of my head, I believe Dizzy had trait ready to go. And at the very least, you're going to get a knockdown into a Catwoman, wake up beating setup with a ton of life behind him. You have, again, it comes back to it. You have to make the decision in the moment. Do you air tech? Do you air tech up? Do you air tech back? Do you accept the damage and try and take the incredibly difficult Oki that follows up? Like, you have to do something in that moment. He didn't have a clash and he had no other way of getting back. And he had massively less life than Dizzy did. So whilst that was an obvious mistake to go for those air escapes, it's not, completely unreasonable that he opted to do it.
That said, that is going to be the last of Vladdy in the tournament. It's been good to see him again, to be fair. We haven't seen Vladdy play in a long time. And because of that, good to see you back, and thanks for playing, and congrats for getting a top 8 at the very least. 5th place is no bad feat, especially seeing as the level of competition in Injustice 2 now is so ridiculously high. But speaking of really, really good competition, Winners Finals is up next. It's Irish Mantis and NASA Esports Tekken Master. Here we go.
It is indeed, and this is one that I've been looking forward to for a while, because Tekken Master has been bringing out Atom today as like the main character he's playing, and he's playing it in such a different style than we're used to seeing. Like, this is a very patient man's Atom, and of course Irish Mantis is much the same can be said about his atrocities. However, we have been looking for a while to see how this match is going to play out, because we don't get the chance to see this style of Atom too much, especially these players, right? We see them every now and then, but I mean, how often can they actually play?
The thing is, Tekken Master did have the luxury of seeing just how much Irish Mantis kind of struggled against Atom a little bit against K-Top. Yes, it was very laggy, and of course the match was replayed, in which Irish Mantis reverse 3-0'd Atom. But that said, it still looks like a not enjoyable matchup, and just the raw low puddle. Mantis takes massive risks against this character, and I feel like it's because he must feel like he has to.
Oh, that Cypher was so close to going off. Wake up low puddle. What a call out from Irish Mantis.
That was so clean, man. Goes into the puddle. Can't quite kill. The down one! Tekken Master tried to whiff punish that one.
Oh, anti-air attempt from Tekken Master there.
Push block immediately. Tries to go in for a low puddle. Maybe trying to keep him a little bit honest. Keep him on his toes.
It looks like Irish Mantis is actually happy to take the damage trade there. Wow, walk back puddle. I do not think Tekken Master is ready for that at all.
That down 2 whiff is very unfortunate. Okay, there's the low. Full combo. This should be the round. Tekken Master manages to get a little bit. Very stressful, it looks, to fight Atom. Again, as this character, he starts to have a lot of atrocious options, but Mantis, I feel like he's comfortable in this matchup. He's doing a lot of specific risks that I feel like he's only taking against Atom. Should be a win.
I feel like it's a way of just really shutting down Tekken Master's choice to try and establish that Atom neutral. Atom's neutral is very special move heavy. It's very much kind of I think that was one of those shield attempts there from Irish Mantis. Didn't quite get it, unfortunately.
I mean, also, if he can get the shield and prevent Tekken Master from flashing, like, he doesn't want to let Tekken Master flash it. It's a very difficult objective to do. Push box him into the corner, and it's just, what side is this character on currently? Who knows? And
there we go.
Take you down to Micro Town.
So I think Irish Madness is going to be okay with this clash because Tekken Master, it's going to reset his trait cooldown again. So even though he's going to get some guaranteed life back here, he hasn't got to worry about the trait for a little while longer. Of course, as soon as he has that trait again, be careful. There it is. Recovers in time. I thought for sure that was going to be a hit. Irish Madness doesn't have any bars. So we can't maximize damage here. Ooh, he's out of there. Madness, it's literally, I feel like he's walking on thin ice whenever he's at this range, but he has to be. Full combo from Tekken Master. And there's the wager. Probably going to be nothing, though. I don't think Mantis is going to spend it. I think he's going to try and call Dexstar, and I think he's going to save that bar. Well, if he saves it and he gets an opening with Dexstar, the game is over. Oh, that could have been so close to being it. He didn't dedicate to the jump block. There it is. No trait for Tekken Master. This could be the game. Pops it just in case. And there's the shield to keep him safer. Even after the tech, he takes damage off the tech. Oh, he enforced it! That could have been. I mean, Tekken Master had 2 bars and trait. If Irish Madness had that puddle blocked, it would have been the end times for him. But he bet everything on that mix-up. But it was also the first time he enforced the mix-up of the puddle or the overhead of the forward 2 the entire match. He saved that for a rainy day, and it kept him alive. That's going to bring him to 1-0 in the lead. Wow. I feel like we spent the entirety of that match in the left-hand corner, just constantly swapping who was cornered and who wasn't.
Fighters approaching Fortress
It's crazy
of
how,
Solitude.
in this situation, you never see Madness take those risks. Apart from when he fights Atom. The second he fights Atom, he just goes ballistic, really, doesn't he?
Begin.
No, I mean, he can afford to, right? Especially when he's got the cap. Oh, beats the trait again, Tekken Master. I thought Irish Madness is playing around the Atom trait the best we've seen anyone today. Down one, puddle. He's gonna get blocked but can't get punished. The shield just, no punish for you. He interrupts. Man, he doesn't take the risk when he has got Dexstar. He still wants to maintain a lead here. Oh, the punish! So smart. There's the knowledge right there, knowing. Over here, I'm not done with you yet. Who said you could leave? Wake up. I love the read, actually, knowing the jump or the dash throw was going to be fast enough. It's taking a long time. Oh my god, damage over time. It is so real. It is so real. For like 5 seconds. Look, it's literally almost given Tekken Master the life lead. It has given him the life lead. The chase down! There it is again! Right, another full combo. This combo takes a long time. He's going to go Siphon instead. The jump 3 is not going to be enough. Push blocks just to get him out of dodge. Siphon should be enough to kill. Down 1 with punish. Tekken Master, it has gone from Mantis being the one that looks uncomfortable to now it's Tekken Master that looks uncomfortable. I feel like the biggest change here, though, is we're seeing Irish Madness get so much out of using Dexstar, like the ball in pressure, to like make the puddle safe. But that doesn't work because you can meet a burn back 3 as a guaranteed punish. I mean, I've yet to see Tekken Master do it. Yeah, I've already dialed in the back 2-3. Oh wow! Breath could have been a full combo. Does escape, but can't full combo it. The breath again. Tekken Master.
I'll take
in a little bit of trouble in the second game.
It's just getting overwhelmed. I feel like every button Irish Madness is pressing is just working.
Okay.
But I think the biggest thing about this, though, is we're not seeing the Atom trait make anywhere near as much difference as we normally do. I mean, that was a cross-up, but that was chip damage, right?
Indeed it was. And now he's almost got Dexstar. We did see that earlier. And that's why he's going for it, because he knows it should work. That's just the first time it has worked. Dude, and the low puddle. Tekken Master hesitant. Oh! It's because the reason he's low puddling there is not because he's trying to catch Tekken Master blocking high. It's because he wants to stop the down 3. The puddle beats down 3, and I think it's his only option. Oh, you almost comboed off of that. There's the wager bash immediately. I mean, do you reckon Tekken Master can afford to contest here? Because if he contests the life and doesn't Irish Madness get anything back, he's going to still not have the life lead. And that's what he's going to do. Now he has to watch out. That's super even. He's not going back for a while. Oh! But no, the hesitation. Oh, it catches him. The breath didn't quite connect. And that's the trade that Irish Madness is going to be taking. He has back at the same time. Oh, but no, the whiff. Oh, slash. Tekken and Master slashed across their face. Slash him up. Beating the power of a very angry man. His pet cat. That's 2-0 Irish Madness. Wow. I mean, Tekken Master, I feel like Atom is a character that really makes you play his game. And Madness is having none of it. Like, not a bit of it. Now, does he change? Does he go back to Atom? Tekken Master's been playing a lot of different characters today. No, he's gonna go to Starfire. He has seen Irish Madness lose to this character before. Irish Madness did fall to Honeybee Starfire at Vianality. It's a matchup he hasn't been able to have a complete grasp over, but Irish Madness just needs to win one game. So he's pretty much putting a lot of faith into his ability to 3-0 Mantis with this character.
Begin.
And if he
we
strongly
have
believes
seen
he
it.
could 3-0, he'd have picked her first.
We have seen it happen before, 2 Mantis against Starfire, but the thing is, it's now that there's no room for error, right? This is a pressure situation. Like, you don't have the luxury of, well, I'll try Starfire and see what happens. This is the last chance he's going to get to use her.
I'm not seeing a lot of down ones into anything. I wonder if Mantis is too nervous to like really let it rip on that down one puddle, or whether he's just trying to take a down one just in case it hits. But those 2 down ones he's landed could have been full combos. Now here comes the chip.
Oh, that chip damage.
Yeah, and he just commits. Tekken Master with either the good read or just a good reaction. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to tell whether they react or not to the forward 2-2 mix-up, but if they block it, then it is what it is.
The Master didn't have the bar to make that one safe, so he went for the trait instead. Cat is out. Oh! Oh! Again!
Get back down here. Now, I feel like this game, whilst it's going really quickly, is definitely going to be a data and adjustment game for Mantis. I feel like even if he loses this match, which is probably likely, I think, given how things are going,
Even Trigon.
I kind of feel like this first game is going to be to re-pick up the pace. You know, try and get the flow of how Tekken Master plays, and then play a little bit slower in the next game, or at least a bit more methodical.
Well, I feel like Tekken Master, now he's got the life and his defense is being considerably better than we saw with the Atom. There's the hit for Irish Mantis, going to spend his only bar.
Also, yes, I am actually noticing in the chat, Hayate, for those that just joined us, it is worth noting that Tekken Master and Irish Mantis are both in a decent running to qualify for IPS finals, and winning this tournament is extremely important, not just for them, but for people that are just behind and in front of them in the IPS leaderboards. There's a lot of people watching this that are rooting for both of these guys to lose.
Okay, there's going to be a clean punish. He has the trait. Yeah, this is going to be almost impossible for Mantis. I mean, yeah, there's only so much damage you can avoid in this kind of matchup. Now, what I want to know here is, this is clearly a matchup that Irish Mantis doesn't seem very comfortable in. Do we actually see him maybe change?
I know he can play Ice.
Starfire is flavor of the month. Like, in every sense of the word. Everyone seems to have a pocket Starfire right now. And if your character, your main character, does not do amazingly well against Starfire, you need an answer for it. You either need to be so confident in the matchup that it doesn't matter if you fight a Starfire, or you need to pick up a character that can deal with her in a much more stable way for you. Now, the fact that Irish Mantis has gone straight back to Starfire, he's thinking that it's okay, and he doesn't mind the matchup, or he feels he can adjust to it. But of course, that's one game down. One more game and it's going to be tied up. But of course, Irish Mantis does still have the luxury of another game to lose for Data if he wants to, but Tekken Master must stay as Starfire.
I do wonder if that's going to be enough. Like, if he doesn't win here, does he swap? I know he does play a little bit of Black Manta. He plays a little bit of... Oh, that was sick. So good.
Was that a read or a reaction? Or a combo drop? Can't afford to see that.
Yeah, what it wasn't a drop that he definitely can't afford to take, especially when he's one game away from winning, and he's now been put full screen against a character you don't want to be full screen against. There it is.
Oh, no hit confirmed. There it is this time, though.
Finally confirms that one. One for that tech. Ooh, good catch from Tekken Master. Now he's looking for those trades. Big trades. Wow. Star's trait just made it completely vanish. Shield just to go in.
Oh, the shield actually made the combo not work anymore.
Oh, the counter poke! Oh, optimization. Optimization.
Oh, that is so unfortunate for Mantis.
What happened? I don't even know what happened. It just didn't work.
Man.
It just didn't work.
Hitbox.
Well, either way, match point for Mantis. Oh, probably going to be.
Oh, I missed him.
Does he commit?
Oh, he commits. Air tech, nothing from Tekken Master. Now he goes to the clash instead.
The butcher beckons.
My word. What do you do here? What do you do in this situation? He's going to get full screen again. Mantis very well could lose the round just having to close in space, but now there's no more clash. He got the first victory of the game.
Oh, that's right. Those puddles, whilst very risky, they are a huge part as to why he's getting so much damage. He manages to get behind. He doesn't have the bar to launch, though. And there's Tamarind in charge. Oh, he spends it. Oh, the grab. Mantis knows Tekken Master's going to be blocking it.
Now he has. Surely he's going to wake up here. Surely. No, the patience to sit there and do nothing. Brave from Tekken Master. I was expecting him to go for the 1 in 3 wake up read. Oh, the down one. He buffered that. He 100% buffered that. All right, here comes the next start.
Oh, the train is beaten.
Don't follow puddle. Don't press buttons, mate. Got a little bit of corner presence, but it's not enough. And there's Punish. But to punish the puddle, it's getting rid of the trait from Starfire. It gets hit by the 2-3-3. Not enough. Breath. Lock.
Oh, really commits hard, but he has the flash behind him. So Irish Madness can afford to take the risk.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's spending anything here. You know.
He can spend one, surely, but no, he's not going to.
He's going to try and he's going to take minus frames to try and get next stuff. There it is. Oh, Ticketmaster was too slow. He was too slow on the uptake. This has to be game. He's going to get a restand. Plus frames. Push block, but it's still Madness's game to win. Oh!
That was a game-changing push block for Ticketmaster. Oh, and the 3 down ones back to back. Irish Madness desperate to finish it, and will be able to with that down 1, and Tekken Master down to the losers bracket for losers finals, but the swap to Starfire very, very nearly evening things up. That a little bit too late.
That was a bleh, 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 right at the end. 3
Atrocitus,
down ones.
Atrocitus just had enough. He was really ill. He was just like, oh no, I can't contain it anymore.
I can't contain the hype. I must vomit all over the place. I'm sorry if you're within range of that, my lady, but we'll play again later. That means Irish Madness is now going to be in grand finals on the winner's side. A great comfort zone to have. It's an interesting turn of events, I think. That means if Tekken Master and Madness clash in grand finals, which is, I think, the expected outcome for how things are going, that might mean that we're probably not going to see Atom. We're probably going to go Starfire immediately, and we're going to get a further evolution of the matchup that we just saw. But for now, I believe our top 4 is now going to be Dizzy TT versus Happy Power, right? That should be the matchup, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, let me have a look at what we have coming up. So it's going to be Happy Power and Dizzy TT. Winner of that fight, Tekken Master. So obviously Dizzy can get the run back, or Happy Power can get that match. And the Irish Madness waiting grand finals at minimum 2nd place for Irish Madness today. Irish Madness, I'll be honest, and I think it's incredible to see how far he's come this year in Injustice 2, considering how long it took him to find his groove with this game. I feel like he really had himself. It took him a while to get to this point. Like, truly, he played Atrocitus and Captain Cold last year, couldn't really find his feet. He was entering, but just wasn't really doing very well. And fast forward the clocks a year, here we are. You know, IPS Online, 2nd place, did all right for himself at Vianality as well, Combo Breaker. You know, he did all right at the GGA regional, which was really stacked before the local, the event beforehand, which was really stacked. I can't remember how he did during the actual tournament at Common Breaker. I know he didn't get annihilated, but I know he didn't do as well as he was hoping to. So I'm happy to see him have that quick journey. And of course, Tekken Master getting this far with basically near enough just Atom and Batman we saw from him. Of course, Starfire ready. Even though it wasn't enough to go, we'll have to wait and see if they get the run back if he goes to Starfire first. You know, without throwing, not throwing away 2 games, because it was close with the Atom, but not losing 2 games first. You know what I mean? When it's like even from the start, I'd like to see maybe he can get a different result. But that was an exciting winners finals. That's exactly what I was hoping for, and we are moving into Happy Power versus Dizzy,
which is going to be, a friendly bout. But both these players, again, they need the points. Dizzy TT, I believe, is going to at least one more IPS event. I don't know if it's East Coast Throwdown or if it is SCR. I think he's going to one or the other, I'm pretty sure, which means that the higher he places in this tournament, the better, because it means that if he does well here and then does well at his next event, it's all just kind of go hand in hand, really. I don't believe Happy Pow is, unless he can get the funds together somehow for SCR. I think this might be the last time we actually see Happy Pow in the IPS this year, unless he can't make it. So, to be honest with you, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens after this tournament, whether this tournament's going to be like a boot up the backside for some of our players that are this close to qualifying to just go for that one last-ditch effort and just go all in, for the big finals at the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Although I will be honest, after seeing like how amazing that Tekken Master did last year, it's really weird seeing him not be like guaranteed locked into the finals already. And I feel like you could say the same thing about so many players. I mean, actually, let me just bring up the point standing so I can have a look at and kind of finish this point, because honestly, I feel like that same comment can be said about so many amazing players in our community that aren't locked in, because there are so many people now that are, so good at the game that 12 players, it's never going to be enough to showcase the whole, it's never going to be enough to showcase the whole of the community in terms of like how many players we have. And that's a great problem to have. When you have too many good players to make the finals, it does mean that when you get to the later stages of the games, you are going to get these incredible matches because the pressure's on, the stakes are as high as they're going to be, and these players, they know they have to get far. And it's so exciting to watch because you see this next level gameplay from them.
The Flash.
Now, matchup-wise, by looking at what we're going to go here, it's going to be Flash versus Catwoman, I'm expecting. Which I've already seen as a matchup that both of these guys are familiar with. So it's just going to be a matter of who's the best player, really. There's going to be nothing else going on apart from Happy Pal Flash, Dizzy TT Catwoman.
Fighters approaching.
Seen them play a million times today. I'm expecting a close match. Hard to call, to be honest. I actually don't know how to call this. Happy Pal is going to maybe care less, but him and Dizzy actually both are on the lower end of the spectrum of EU points. So I wonder if they're going to be a little bit more just all out. Are these guys going to go all in? That's what I'm thinking. Here we go. Next matchup, IPS Online EU. It's been a long time coming for these guys to be ready, and now they're here. Top 4, Happy Pal, Dizzy, Tekka Master, and Irish Madness. I mean, that is the perfect representation of like, me, international Injustice 2 at the moment.
I would say the same thing, honestly, and considering we haven't really had the chance to see these guys play in tournament too often, I think this is quite a treat. It's so two vastly different kinds of players. You know, you have Dizzy with this insane patience and massive discipline, and Happy Pal with just this insane, super rushdown heavy, wacky set play kind of Flash. And his squad is very much the same. I feel like Happy Pal was one of the most exciting, explosive players to watch, and Dizzy is just a really calculated player. Oh, but there's going to be a Sonic Pound, there's going to be a full hit confirmed.
There's the overhead. Second you sit there and respect the Flash, you kind of run the risk and the patience to go for a wake-up. Dizzy going for it immediately. You don't normally see him take those risks that early on, but I feel like seeing as he's done it so little, he must feel like when he does it, he has a good chance to make it land. Not quite a good read in that situation. Oh. His patience. Dizzy doesn't want to press anything. Happy Pal, you can see him go for that running man stance. Even if he has no intent at all to go in, he's going to be doing his best to just build bar. You know, running man stance builds bar when you cancel it, and the more bar Flash has, the better. Uh-oh, combo. Here comes Happy Pal. We're going to get one of those patented combos for the Flash. Oh, drops the mid. It's unfortunate, but is he trying to jump out and getting flipped immediately? Kind of giving him shades of a reset right there, which I think sometimes can just be the best of a bad situation, I think.
Well, 2 bars spent, so Dizzy keeping back some. The Sonic Pound from full screen. Reconnecting. Set up attempt from Happy Pal, but Dizzy could be delaying his wake up to get out of it.
Conversion. Ooh, last minute air tech. You know Dizzy doesn't want to get opened up now. That's a little bit of a trade. Trade for trade.
That's not the end of the world for him. Of course, no, this is a... Oh, and again, every time, straight into low. Every time Happy Pal was getting on Dizzy. Oh, the cross-up attempt, but again, that maximum delay wake-up. Dizzy's getting so much mileage out of it. Again, that jump him.
You know, one observation I kind of made against Vladdy and kind of now,
The Flash.
Dizzy, he's not anti-airing at all in this matchup. Like, he straight up is never anti-airing. But Kelman does have a really, really good down two. So I'm kind of wondering, like, if you just take this entire rock-solid game plan and this clean execution, these clean reads,
The Flash.
but whenever they jump in, all he has to do is down two, right? But he's not even trying to anti-air. I kind of feel like against the Flash, you cannot let him jump in for free. You can't. You have to try and answer back, but he's not even trying.
Well, I think it made sense against Vladdy because Batman is one of those characters that's infamously hard to anti-air. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. What is this? Dizzy's decided to just put on a snow coat and get a gun out. Put the whip away.
I've literally never seen... What? I've never seen Dizzy play this
I didn't even know Dizzy had a Captain Cold, but he's going to be betting it on this.
Begin.
I mean, this is a terrible matchup for Flash, so I understand.
But we did see Shark Teeth try and go Dr. Fate against Flash, and that didn't work out.
But
Because-
I believe this is definitely worse for Flash than Dr. Fate. I feel like Captain Cold and played optimally means that the Flash just cannot move forward.
But my worry is, I'm just wondering. Well, I have a little bit of doubt because I've straight up literally never seen him pick this character. I've never seen this matchup when Dizzy's playing behind it.
I mean, the way Dizzy plays, I kind of feel like Captain Cold's not a terrible pick for that. But no, he hops straight over.
Now there's the conversion.
Yep. Oh, for whiff punish also.
Oh man. And it's just, you can counter pick Flash all you want, but if you don't have extensive experience against Flash with the character you've tried to counter pick with, he hits you for like half your life and then 50-50s you. It's a risk. It really is a risk, in my opinion.
Oh, there's a throw, Dizzy. Really trying to hang on to the life bar. Oh, and again, Dizzy. Every single time he spends a bar, he's spending it on the puddle, but Happy Pal. He's only been hit by one of them so far, and Dizzy has no bars to work with whatsoever. Oh, there's the down two. Now he's not going to
So satisfying, that down two. It's like instant.
You won't make it back to Central
Instant.
City.
But to be fair, all right, there are signs of life, but I'm looking at the bar. I really am.
Oh, no.
Kind of played himself with the speed
He
force right
definitely played himself. Happy Pal really doesn't want him to get any charge onto that dome. Oh, how about that? Oh, we have Dizzy definitely showing signs of unfamiliarity with Captain Cold right here.
there. Right, he's built the globe, but unfortunately, even though he's built the globe, Happy Pal has more bar and a clash. Trying to keep things unflashable, doesn't want to.
Oh, the laser!
Job. There's the laser. Oh,
wow.
Twisted him up. Challenging it. Combo. And just,
Oh, dear.
God.
And again!
It disappeared. It got rid of it.
Flash is a man of technology. No, not again, of course!
The clone.
Ooh, wait a minute!
No,
Oh,
he
he
slashed
clashed
the
immediately.
projectile.
There's a guy about
Slashed
to
the
be
projectile.
frozen.
That is tragic. Dizzy had to work so long to get that dome, and the second he fires it, the Clash eliminates it entirely.
I just feel with that whole exchange really weird. Oh,
it was
watch out.
a little bizarre. So. Oh, not again!
He waited. Oh! Watch out. The ice is behind you. Oh! Oh, watch out for the whip! Oh, God. This is risky. Ooh. Oh, no. He's dead! He's dead. The second he dedicated the Speed Force was out, he was dead 100%. So this is now going to be 2-0. Not looking too good for Dizzy at the moment. I feel like it's just a level of comfort. I think Happy Power is just more comfortable in this setting than Dizzy currently is.
I mean, Dizzy's Captain Cold. The thing is, I don't doubt his knowledge with the character, but I don't know if it looks ready. And I feel like we say this a few times about certain players pick up new characters in a competitive environment. But I feel like when you see someone changing from character to character, you need it to be like a seamless switch, right? A seamless change. But here, I feel like we're seeing dropped combos. You know, we're seeing not really optimal. I mean, Captain Cold has quite a few frame traps. Not really seeing those enforced too much when there are a lot of opportunities to do so there. The general building of the dome wasn't done quite as well, and even things like spacing out the puddle, right? Shooting the ice puddle on the floor and then standing at a certain range so the Flash can't just charge through. We saw Dizzy misplace that at least like 3 or 4 times in that match.
Catwoman.
And that's the kind of optimization that if you're picking a character for a matchup and those are the mistakes you're making, it's probably not ready to be picked in a tournament yet and needs a little bit of work.
Fighters approaching Red Sun
Now,
prison.
the problem with these kind of choices that you make is that you find yourself in a situation where if Dizzy now wins 2 games, for example, with Catwoman, and then loses the final game, you always ask yourself, was picking a different character a mistake? Did I give up a game unnecessarily? But he hasn't crossed that bridge yet, but I do kind of fear that that might happen, because Dizzy has a great ability to pull a set back when it's not in his favor. That said, Happy Pal does as well. Happy Pal's been severely backed multiple times in the IPS, and he's reversed 3-0'd even some of the best players in the world, so we'll see.
Pull the whiff, but no attempt to punish Happy Pal. Want to stick out a button at a bad time. Cannot afford to at this point. Blocks from Dizzy. Oh, and again! Big opening there, but drops the end. Still gets the life lead in the process.
Humongous hitbox from that meter burn back 3 for the Flash. It feels like it goes higher than he is.
Wouldn't surprise me. It's one of the slower ones. Well, kind of. It's a bit stubby.
A little
But of course, like, it does hit twice. It does recover quite fast on the other end.
Gets clipped by the wayward end of that back three. And a lovely conversion from Dizzy, actually, in fact. Very impressive. He's sitting on a lot of resources. If he lands any opening here, Happy Pal's going to definitely lose the round.
He's got 4 cat scratches too. He's approaching the full straight. Oh, there's the whiff.
Nothing into Cat Dash. Having to take it for what it is. Getting rid of the environment interaction.
Yeah, lucky the forward 3 connected before the laser did, so he actually didn't trade any life there. That was just a clean win for him. Oh, I like that from Dizzy. Dizzy going for that jump and try and actually, I like that from Happy, I should say. Dizzy trying to go for that jump in on a prediction of the laser, and Happy Pal calling it out with an instant jump 1. And it has been that Happy Pal's on match point now. 1 life far away from eliminating Dizzy and moving on to losers finals.
There it is again. Being a bit too predictable with the environment interaction. The armored forward 3 chewing it up. Now he's going to get pressure. The delay. Lovely catch from Dizzy. Now this should be the game. You know, Happy Pal is going to have loads of meter and loads of clash. He's saving it because you know he's banking on a huge comeback. And now his choice to save it, it's now been taken away from him. He has to clash, otherwise this game is over.
And Dizzy not going to spend anything here. Wants to hold on to it. With those 2 bars, he can basically do enough damage to take away what is left from Happy Pal. Oh, it's trip guard with the low, and that's probably going to be it. Happy Pal. Oh, doesn't even let him air tech with the meter burn back. That's stuff from Dizzy, and that's going to be a game. Dizzy getting 1 on the board now. 2-1. Still towards Happy Pal, but that's the kind of game he really wants. I really hope that pick to Captain Cole does not come back to haunt him soon. Because I feel like if it had stuck with Catwoman, like, clearly he is knowledgeable of the matchup and can play it well. I feel like the swap to Captain Cold is a little bit too preemptive.
But I also feel like it was... I love like little bits of optimization. Like that combo we saw at the end of that match, it was meter burn back 3 to avoid the air tech, of course.
The Flash.
But then it was a really late jump 3. So just in case the jump 3 didn't kill, the juggle of the jump 3 would have actually then given Happy Pal an opening to air escape. But if he does it on late to the ground near the floor, and then he air escapes, Dizzy would have had time to go either direction and punish it anyway. Just little things of optimization, not doing the jump 3 too early, and then giving them that like magic pixel situation.
I'm a girl with fast hands.
What are you suggesting?
Well, going into game 4 now.
I'll beat you, then take your money.
Begin.
I mean, the thing is, I really, the more I think about it, the better I understand the Captain Cold kick. Because I really feel like Dizzy's Catwoman is just a step above his other characters. And I feel like he really is the kind of player that can deal with most matchups in the game with it.
As like I said, I feel like Dizzy's playing really, really well. And I'm worried that even if he wins these 2 games, he might not be able to get the reverse 3-0. If he had these 2 games after just sticking with Catwoman for that one time, I hope it doesn't. I basically just hope it doesn't happen.
Well, the thing is, we've seen that happen before, and fundamentally, it's always hard to see. Oh, Dizzy, if he went for the bomb, maybe that would have connected. But I think maybe he wants to save that because he doesn't want to be left in the corner against a Flash on the stage. Wow, cat dash! Happy Pal just was not ready for that return.
Dizzy playing just so rock solid, and it's such a common gameplay style for him. It's always impressive when you see these young players play like more disciplined than most players in our scene. Like, I definitely was not this disciplined when I was 16. I wasn't even competing at 16.
Indeed, but that just goes to show what the scene has kind of come from, right? It's this with the rise, with the rise of online events and support and money and the opportunity to go. And what a return from Happy Pal! Dizzy thought he'd found an answer to the full screen Speed Force from Cat Dash, but Happy Pal with the bait, making him do it and armoring him for the trouble. I love that. Happy Pal still on match point now. He's got to be so careful.
This is so tense, man. Match point, Happy Pal. Dizzy needs this round so bad.
Oh, well, that's a good start, at least. At this point, just taking away any air-techable damage. That's the priority for Dizzy, I think. Because Happy Pal is going to want to clash eventually, even if he has the super ready. But taking the option away from him, like, especially with the amount of damage he does with having to burn back 3 combos. As much as you can. Sonic Pound didn't work, Dizzy. All that walk speed. Dizzy just walking him to the corner. The dash. The empty jump. Dizzy didn't attempt to anti-air.
But no confirm from Happy Pal either. Does not confirm into lightning kick. There it is. Lightning kick. confirm,
Time
forcing the
I
clash.
whipped you
I wonder if it's
into
going to be 2 versus
Catch me
2.
if you
Or
can.
Happy Pal's going to be content letting Dizzy get some health back, so we can then try and maybe... Yeah, but he's spending nothing. That is such a read upon a read. Dizzy knows Happy Pal does not like to spend meter in a wager. So he only spends 1, knowing that he's not going to get contested.
There it is. Un-air technical damage,
You won't
but
make
not
it to
unclashable.
me.
He's just going to follow up with a full combo. I mean, it's so hard to say who has the advantage here. They're even on life, but even if you have a slight lead here, with the amount of damage the characters do, Cat Dash! The burn.
There's a pickup. Really clean pickup. The forward dash. I love the knowledge. Flash's forward dash really strong. Anti-air. And there it is. The delayed jump 3. Just make sure he's not too minus as Happy Pal lands on the ground.
Oh, wow!
Ooh.
Straight into the scratch.
Plus frames. Guaranteed chip. Oh, what's it down to?
Oh, that was a bomb. That should have been chip damage coming in. That's the normal. See Cat Dash. Oh, he didn't go far enough.
No, he did not. And I'm wondering if that's going to be the beginning of the end for poor Dizzy. DD. He had no bar to confirm. Still no bar to confirm. Doesn't commit. That's chip. He's dead.
No, push block. He has the laser beam. There's 1 bar for
Watch
Dizzy.
out. Watch out.
Oh, wow, that was it. That patience, Dizzy, ready and waiting in Happy Pal. I wonder if Happy Pal maybe called out Dizzy trying to jump towards the laser? I'm not sure, but that's going to be evened out by Dizzy. It's 2-2, just like that. I mean, almost completely forget that Dizzy ever swapped away from this character, you know? Considering how clean he's playing now. I mean, that was close. That came down to 1 hit. Happy Pal, unfortunately, you said before, he's the kind of player that he doesn't always hit confirm. Sometimes he'll just see an opportunity for an option and just stick to it, you know, even if it doesn't work. But in that kind of situation, he had like 3 individual hits, could have turned it into the game end, but wasn't quite able to. He's going to game 5.
There are a few characters in this game that I feel can still win alone, you know, by themselves, no team required. And I really think that Catwoman is one of those characters that, against all odds and despite all the matchups and all the varieties of playstyles that the characters bring to the table in this game, she can still win alone.
I mean,
she can fight like 95% of this cast, I think.
I wouldn't say every character, but yeah, the majority. There's definitely no getting around the fact that the majority
Fighters
can do it well.
approaching Gorilla City.
She has some struggling matchups, but they're not matchups that you see all the time. Like, you're not going to bump into a Captain Cold on the regular as Catwoman, are you?
Oh yeah, of course.
Begin.
Okay, well, this is game 5. We're going down to another game 5 in this top 8. Wow. I feel like there's so many of these matches to come down to, but that's what you'd expect when you see how important this tournament is for these guys. No first hit done yet. Oh, he attempts but walks into the Sonic Pound. Dizzy. Not going to be getting the first bar here. Happy Pal finds himself with 2 already.
Oh, interruption attempt. Wonderful catch. That's going to be a corner combo. Classic Catwoman damage, and Dizzy spending 1 of his 2 bars on the full confirm. Happy Pal sitting on so much bar though. Like, of course, he's going in for plus frames to guarantee as much chip as possible in as much situations. Has to watch out. Empty jump low, and now Happy Pal immediately going to turn the tide. There's the mix-up. Gets hit by the low. Happy Pal has the bar to kill, and that in 1 sequence. Wow, going to be match point. No bar spent except for 1 at the beginning.
That's the Flash. The Flash has bar and the Flash has trait. He can just delete a life bar if your back's to the wall. But Happy Pal walking himself back to mid-screen. I think he wants to sit on the life lead. Don't stick out too much. But obviously, if you try and enforce corner pressure, you get hit. It's swapped around, especially against someone like Catwoman.
And Flash's reset potential, when he finally gets a reset, it's pretty much a life bar. It's insane how much damage he can do.
I'm a cat burglar.
And you have the right to remain
Like, look at it.
silent.
One reset sequence, and look at how far back Dizzy now is after putting in so much work. But that's a testament to how dangerous the Flash can be, especially in the hands of someone like Happy Pal, who is an execution monster. Overhead, he is just getting mixed all day.
And that's it. Dizzy getting closer and closer to the end now. Oh, the meat back 3, but the perfect spacing from Happy Pal makes it whiff entirely. There's no flash for Dizzy. This is very quickly getting away from him.
Oh, mix. Blocks all 3 of the overheads. But
Oh, you can only block! As if that forward 3 still connected. Happy Pal with the absolute orbital forward 3. And he's going to be moving on to losers at finals to fight Tekken Master in a 3-2, absolutely down to the last game set.
Wow. Now, I mean, what even can you say about a set that goes that way? Dizzy worked so hard He worked so hard to try and fight back in the set. And I will be honest, you know, after everything that just happened, I know right now he's thinking, why did I give a game with Captain Cold?
But because that's a terrible matchup for Flash. That's why. Like, his reasoning for picking Cold was good reasoning. It is why you change characters. I feel like I have a character up my sleeve that does better in this matchup than the character I'm currently playing. So you play that character. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite as tidy. It wasn't tidy enough to make it the bad matchup that it is. You know what I mean? And I feel like whilst it's a shame he lost the game with Captain Cold, you completely can see why he did it. It was not a mistake to do that on paper because it is a bad matchup for Flash. It was worth a try, especially if you have the capability to play Captain Cold. But of course, it didn't quite go well for him, as we do find ourselves at Game 5, and that is where Happy Power is going to be able to walk away with the win. After just, I mean, that's what Flash can do, right? When the ball is rolling and you get the setup and you get the mix and you have the bar and you have the execution, that is a perfect Flash match right there. But that does mean that our top 3 today is going to be Irish Mantis sitting in grand finals on the winner's side. And now in losers finals, we have Tekken Master and Happy Pal ready to go, just like that. Now, Happy Pal Tekken Master, I don't know what to expect here. Like, genuinely, I don't know what character Tekken Master has for Happy Pal.
I think if there's one person that has a counter pick for the Flash, though, I think I'd rate Tekken Master pretty high on that list. He has quite a few characters he could use to try and beat Flash. He has Starfire, he has Green Arrow, he has a Dr. Fate. I've seen him play Dr. Fate before, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, I'm pretty sure this is the one player I think I would be the most concerned about when it comes to Happy Pal. But we're moments away from finding out. I think we're getting the players in right now. Tekken Master is already here. Happy Pal is just going to rejoin in a sec. Probably worth, while we load up, let me quickly just load in right here. Yeah, we have the bracket up on screen right now. Sorry, just checking out the program, guys, at home. My word, I feel like my light has dipped massively. I need to pick something with a bright
I'm not gonna lie,
screen.
it is a little bit harder to see you right now currently.
What happened? I don't know what happened. I feel like my screen. Let me just go on a web page and go white. I've got the strats. You guys aren't ready. I'm gonna Google a white you know what I'm doing? Actually, no. I'm gonna draw a white rectangle. There it is. I just drew a white rectangle on my screen, and hopefully it's made my face brighter. Because unfortunately, I have to sit here. I can't put the window behind me, and it's like right where the light source is. And I don't have drapes that make everything darker. So maybe giving myself a white rectangle on the screen when I'm on camera should, you know,
the strats, the tech, the IRL tech.
Did you guys see the tech? I can't watch it back. I don't know if it worked. I think it kind of did. I think it did. I'm just gonna bring up. You know what? For the time being, I'm just gonna keep it there. So losers finals is Tekken Master versus Happy Pal. I don't know who I would predict for this one. I think the easy prediction is Tekken Master, but I think Happy Pal is actually a lot more clutch than I think people actually give him credit for. I think he's the kind of player that when he's down on games, he's definitely one of those players that reaches a next level and he stops dropping combos and he starts making really brave decisions that 80% of the time are actually accurate decisions. So on any day, I'd probably say Tekken Master over Happy Pal. But if Happy Pal is playing like the best he can, I'd say 50-50. But I don't know whether you agree.
I think it depends on the matchup. I feel like Tekken Master has brought with him a very a different kind of team today. Like, we've seen a lot more Atom than I would have expected. I definitely kind of assumed, because just recently at Vianality, Tekken Master was saying to us that he very much was going to be all Atrocitus and Starfire, and that's all he was going to be picking. But now, of course, we fast forward the clocks a couple of months maybe at most, and already he's picked up Atom and we've seen Batman from him. The question is, who do we think is better against Happy Pal specifically? Because Happy Pal is going to be bringing with him the Flash.
Probably Starfire, surely.
I mean, he has Grodd, but I don't imagine he's going to be playing Grodd here against Tekken Master. I feel like it's going to be Flash. So for Tekken Master, it's who does he attempt to counter the Flash with? I feel like Starfire is like a choice for defense versus Rushdown, but I mean, we've seen Flash do well against Starfire in the past. It definitely hasn't been a free match by any means. Starfire is still, the Flash is still the Flash, no matter who you are. But of course, we're going to be waiting and seeing very soon as Atrocitus, really? I mean, of course, I know Atrocitus is a rough matchup for Flash on paper, at least what seemed to be last year.
To be fair, I actually think that is very much something that you can do, for sure. Like, this matchup I don't think ever evolved or changed. I think it was pretty much always the way forward. That, you know, when you play on the ground, Atrocitus has got some options that can kind of keep Flash from running in. So we'll see. I've got to be really frustrating for a second, guys. I must sprint and grab some water. I'll be 5 seconds and leave you with Mustard's capable hands.
Okay, well, this is losers finals now. We've got oh, there's the trade. We've seen when we saw Happy Pal versus Irish Madness. That is what he was going for over and over and over again, just fishing for that trade. There's so much damage, and it's a crucial piece of the matchup. Of course, first 3 hours awaits, losers finals. We've got Irish Mantis waiting in grand finals on the winner's side. Both the players here have lost to him to get to where they are now. Of course, Happy Pal just had an amazing close set against Dizzy TT. He went down 3-2. There's the attack to avoid the damage. Oh, wow. Now, I like that attempt from Happy Pal to whiff, punish the interact. Corporal is just a little bit too late. Overhead straight into the special. Happy Pal just getting what damage he can. There's that looping pressure with the Dex Star Ball. There it is again. Now, we've seen it before. Whenever Atrocitus players want to make that puddle safe with the ball, it doesn't quite work that way because you can meet the back three to get through. Now, what does Tekamaster do here? Oh, the push block. I love it. Haven't seen too much of that today. Double overhead. I love the patience of Tekamaster to block all the jumping also. And the breath into Cat Summon. Again, I wonder. There's just the looping pressure. Happy Pal watching the whole thing and then immediately going for Bloodlift again.
Now there it is. That the second the breath becomes active, Flash can't move. You know, because the second he gets clipped, if he gets clipped on like the late end of a breath, he still gets hit by like the same animation, which actually almost puts Atrocitus extremely plus.
Okay, so Happy Pal back to the wall again. I mean, this is a bad situation to be in. Armor, just having enough to get through. Finally managing to get rid of the cat, but process taking so much damage. Oh, and there's the low, he was looking for it. Full combo. He's going to use Happy Pal's trait, but it's definitely going to be worth it.
There's the pound, minus frames. I kind of think we'll see Tekamaster almost go with Atrocitus like the entire time. I don't know why he'd switched.
Oh, wow, the
really good matchup.
Shoot up.
You so rarely see environment interactions get armor. But it's like, because the jump 3 hits 3 separate times. Here we go, knockdown, Happy Pal. Good block on the overhead, but counter pokes takes the plus frames, but back with the Dex Star. And push block. No mix up here, wouldn't even bother trying to take it.
Oh, I wonder if that was actually a punish attempt.
I think it was.
Ooh. Watch out for the puddle. Must really go for it, enforcing the mix up again. That's
I think he's dead.
2. Oh no, he mistimed it! He missed!
That's not the first time Tekamaster's missed a combo like that in the corner. Watch out. Push block. Again, no mix up. Oh my lord! What? You know Tekamaster! He's still alive. Oh, the shield!
No, it's a dodge! Oh my lord! What was that?
Oh, one of the most amazing round ends I think I've ever laid my eyes upon. That's what that was.
That was a scramble and a half. But that was such a calculated scramble. Like, Happy Pal was so ready for every moment of that. Oh, if only Tekamaster didn't drop that meter burn forward 3 back to back.
You mean, yeah. I thought those kind of corner drops, like, that was the game. Like, the fact that it does more damage, it's unclashable, it's untechable. That drop was everything. And now Tekamaster's been put in a position where if he loses 2 games as Atrocitus, does he change? And obviously it kind of goes back into that mix-up of, damn, I shouldn't have changed, I should have stuck with this character, should have gone with this character first. The second you throw 1 combo drop into the mix, when your game plan is to have this game of counter picks and go with the best character in your team you feel you have for the job, if you lose the first game and lose the final counter pick, but you lose through your own errors, it's a very tough pill to swallow.
It is indeed, but he's going to have to. Oh, tries to get over clean, but not meant to be. Gets the first bar this time. Do they wake up into more 50-50s?
Here comes Happy Pal. I mean, basically Chip alone has done that damage. Tekken Master! I think he tried to down one after the breath, but the flash is down one, has other plans for that. We see a combo drop at the end. Huge damage being left on the table. Blocks the jump and then takes the push block just to push him away. Very smart from Happy Pal. Sorry, when you're fighting against Flash. Push block is a really good strategy for Flash, but you've got to block the 50-50 first in most occasions.
He's looking for that trade again.
Uh-oh.
Doing it this time. Tekken Master being a bit too careful.
Right, there's the knockdown. I like the call. Take the plus frames on the push and also make the combo last longer. You know, that's one thing Atrocitus players really like to do. Yeah, he's buffering it just in case he sees a button press. No, he's gonna take it. Oh no, I think he tried to do something there. Probably involving a push block. All combo confirmed. Here comes Happy Pal again. Knockdown. There it is. That's gonna be on the money. Happy Pal's in a good situation. Oh.
There's a full hit from Tekken Master. Easy stuff. Air tech. Happy Pal fine to keep this health bar.
Oh, wow. There it is. He's gonna combo off that, isn't he?
Oh, it tried.
Try to. I think if he had a little bit more speed force, he could have got that.
Oh wow,
Oh
that's
my God.
3 now. And there's still Dexstar up. He did 3 of them and Dexstar was still just floating around, waiting for his time.
I'm actually surprised that we saw Dexstar out for as long as it was there. Like, normally it's... You see it used so regularly, you forget how long Dexstar is there when you don't use a move.
All right, we can share.
-2, that's going to be a guaranteed clash win for Tekken Master after opting to spend nothing. Obviously he's in a great position here, having trait and all that bar to work with. Tekken Master doesn't have enough to air tech either. Any big hit here is going to be insane.
Oh, with punish, goes underneath it. Lovely timing. Oh, that was such a clean punish from Happy Pal, just knowing the right button for the right tool. Catches him on the interactable. I mean, he can't air tech here, otherwise you are 100% dead. Push block, just to survive. Oh, it's not enough. Oh my God, the final frame of that breath it looks like. Chase it down.
Oh, he walked into it. Confirmed. Surely you flash here, right? Oh, he keeps the super.
I think supering now actually would be a terrible idea. Oh, he's got it.
No, of course.
See you later.
No, of course. Like, there's no way he could have. As soon as he was at that height, there was nothing Atrocitus could do in the air to avoid that. He only went for the punch flow. It's armored. Like, he would have just traded.
Now, the thing is, I'm surprised we saw Tekken Master go for Atrocitus because of all the characters that Tekken Master can play as that can do okay or well versus the Flash. Why is he gone with the one character that Irish Mattis plays?
Well, I mean, I feel like if you feel yourself that the matchup is that bad that it doesn't matter, I mean, surely that's the point here. Because Tekken Master playing Atrocitus is, I mean, this has been historically seen as a bad matchup for Flash from year 1 to now. I mean, I'm assuming what made it bad back then is still something potentially that makes it bad now. But Brainiac, we haven't seen that from Tekken Master today.
But whilst I'm sure that is actually, whilst I'm sure that is the case, I do think still that it's a matchup that Happy Pal has played and ran just extensively, like so much. Because his main training partner and his best friend in the scene is what you would say is that currently I think the strongest Atrocitus, definitely in Europe, like the best European Atrocitus.
Brainiac.
So
now Brainiac,
okay.
We've seen this matchup as well before because what's the name of that? There was a really excellent Brainiac player at Combo Breaker that almost beat Happy Power 3-0 and then reversed 3-0 the exact same matchup. I'm sure someone here knows.
We at the very least saw him against, I believe, Scar's Brainiac at Combo Breaker. So he has played this matchup multiple times.
Same matchup. And Tekken Master has such a erratic Brainiac. Very hard to pin down.
Well, he's going to take some adjustments from Happy Pal to deal with it. Of course, Tekken Master known for being able to swap between characters seamlessly.
It's really going to bug me now that I can't remember the name of that play. It wasn't Scar. Scar was one of them. Actually, it might have been Final Boss. I think it might have been Final Boss. Or was it Final Boss? No. Yeah, I'll remember it. I'll think about it some other time. Because right now, Happy Pal has an opening in the corner. Mix up. Oh, goes in for the low first.
Just out of range of that big forward 3 though.
It was Mystery Bot. That's it. Thank you very much for reminding me. I thought that I was trying to say there was an M there somewhere, but I can't remember. Now, having to block the pressure. Drone drop. No drop. -21. Regular push is -21. Oh, challenge. Right, that was very careful with how he approaches this.
I like how
Wonderful
Tekken Master in the air as much as possible there. Because it's quite unlikely that Flash is going to be jumping at you while he's got Speed Force active, especially if you're at a range that's kind of hard for him to really deal with. Still though, Tekken Master looking good for doing some damage here to Happy Pal.
Yeah, he's just trying to anti-air, but against Brainiac, you can't really get those conventional anti-airs. They just don't work the way they normally do because he has so much presence. A lot of his jump-ins hit very like vertically down. It's not really like diagonal hitboxes, it's just kind of hits underneath him, which makes him very hard to anti-air.
Oh,
That's
the whip
definitely a
punish.
whip. I think that was an instant air dive kick that just came out as a regular standing too. Hopefully he doesn't pay the price on that one. Oh, that's safer. Yep, go for the safer version. Oh, Mirban, that's punishable. Can't punish it, but only guesses right for so long. Gets hit by the extra hit. And wait, Happy Pal, he's got access to.
Oh, that could have been super!
Again there! Where is the super?
That was 3 opportunities. Wait, no, Happy Pal.
Oh,
Oh,
the ever! No! What is going on here? I don't know!
He's not life. Oh, Happy Pal,
my
he threw it.
God.
He had 3 opportunities to super there, and he just did it at a time that it wasn't guaranteed.
I can't believe it. How do you save it and save it and save it and have all those chances, and when you finally do it, it gets blocked? What a choke!
It's because it was an empty jump. It was an empty jump that he tried to anti-air it with, but obviously it recovered a lot faster.
Brainiac.
Oh, and Tekken Master got the input error as well.
The
But he had the
Flash.
flash.
Oh, man.
So Happy Pal couldn't do anything considerable at the time.
Oh my god. I can't believe it ended that way. That should have been a 3-0.
But also, like, that last minute throw tech from Tekken Master as well. Can we talk about the throw tech?
Oh no, yeah, that tech was actually the best play of the whole moment. That was the clutchest moment by far.
Oh, if Happy Pal loses this set, he is going to never forget that moment.
No, he will
I
not.
hope for his sake that doesn't happen.
Minimum
Of course, Tekken
second
Master.
place would have been wonderful for his point progress. I mean, Happy Pal currently sitting on 95 points, and I believe it's been an 80, I think, second place. That would have put him easily in the running of top 12. He needs to get grand finals, otherwise his chances, I'm pretty sure, are over.
As he Tekken Master trying to make himself so hard to approach. Oh, okay, great opportunity for Tekken Master.
Minimal punish, so he'll take that. They can't get huge damage. Caught a really funky jump one.
Oh, he attempts to whip punish the trait.
Yeah, but the trait just covers his back. And I really would like to see Happy Pal punish that with his straight punch, like back forward 2, I think it is. Because you know, that down forward 2, it's minus 21. And I'm positive that dash punch will punish it. He just doesn't seem to be going for that.
Oh, full screen whip punish.
Right, now he's going to get a big payout. There it is. It could even be the round.
Oh, God. Combo, not quite enough though.
Wake up dive kick. I actually respect that from Tekken Master. The wake up charge was so obvious. He actually caught Happy Pal slipping. And it's going to be match point for another time, but only barely, to be honest.
Oh, the interception.
Just a knockdown. What? Powers through. I mean, just bonus damage at this point. Oh, and again! Back to back!
And there it is,
And
the
that
dive
was
kick. Tekken Master, I mean, he's looking low. He's looking pretty vulnerable right now, and the Speed Force is almost back. Tekken Master, yeah, definitely get through this.
He tried to anti-air, but it didn't work out. Late on the forward 3. Comes in face with the trait. Another trait comes through. Another trait comes through. Getting caught. Watch out. Oh, trying to jump. This will be a conversion.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, he misses it again. This is super territory again.
Oh, he could have super in there again. Why isn't he doing super? Super. Why he could have super that?
Oh, is that
That's it. He's got it. He's got it.
He's got it finally! After so many opportunities, Happy Pal finally gets the chance. But the thing is, that was a guaranteed time. Because it would have punished normal dive kick, it would have interrupted the gap. I mean, it would have covered the options. As soon as that dive kick was blocked, that was going to be that. And that is 100% going to be... I mean, you know that Happy Pal and Irish Madness, they are going to be over the moon with that performance and the fact that they are the grand finals. It is Irish Madness and Happy Pal. That is the grand finals in the European Online Cup. I would say the 2 best European players right now. I feel like Happy Power and Irish Mantis, they really have the credentials behind them to say they are the top European players to beat in this game right now. And they are number 1 and number 2 in this cup.
I think it's a great story for them. Hang on, sorry, let me go back to my... it was a great story for these two guys. I think actually both of them being able to take out Tekken Master is a great result for them. With the points on the line for first and second as well, I strongly think that if Mantis wins this cup, he is in a fantastic running for making it all the way into IPS finals. If he wins this tournament and gets 125 points, I'm going to look at his standings again.
So, okay, Irish Mantis is 100 points, Happy Power is 95. Both players desperately need this win.
Indeed. If Mantis wins, he should. I believe it's 80 for second and 1-2. Let me triple check. But I believe, point-wise, let me quickly find it.
Of course, Tekken Master's still going to be okay. Tekken Master still got a nice chunk of points from this. As you know, third is by no means a bad placing in this tournament. But moving into the grand finals, you know that Happy Power and Irish Mantis, they both really want this win. Oh, what's happened to my camera?
What has happened to your camera? Let me have a look.
I don't know.
Watch it.
Nothing's changed.
Oh God, you're in pitch black. You're in pitch black mode.
That's really surprising.
You disappeared. You disappeared into the beyond realm. I've gone dark too. There we go. I'm back. You guys can't see nothing.
I felt like it's when I checked the esports standings page, and obviously it's on a black background.
I actually think that's what it is. It's because we're going on the Injustice website, which is like a black. And we don't have a light or anything. We don't have like a normally you'd have a light when you're in like a studio and that. But in these like sort of, you know, these online broadcasts that are done from home, it's like, no, these online broadcasts get done from home all the time. So I need to learn that matchup.
Okay, so speaking of which, we're moving into our grand finals in the Injustice Pro Series Online European Cup. It's going to be Irish Mantis on the winner's side and Happy Power coming up from losers, where it looks like we're going to be having Atrocitus versus Grodd for another time. Now, we saw Happy Power's Grodd before. Historically, it has not been amazing in tournament, but today is a different story. Happy Power was looking incredible with this character early on, and is looking like he's going to be picking it again. Of course, Irish Mantis only has to win 1 3 out of 5 here, and Happy Power has to reset the bracket, so Irish Mantis has the absolute comfort zone.
Now, immediately punishing the Stampede. Atrocitus forward 1 is so fast. That's such a good punish on the Stampede to begin with anyway. Now he's going to get the... Not able to fight back as much as he was able to in the winner's side. And if Mantis keeps this up, I mean, this is a fantastic start. On the verge of what is almost a perfect, yet to be opened up by anything yet. It's all chip damage he's taken so far. Fighting back, here comes Happy, and finally drops one of his Stampede cancels. This is one of the best days we've ever seen Irish Mantis play. Like, he has come into his element fully.
Oh, wow, empty jump meter burn back 3. That is that next level stuff coming out from Mantis. It's back 3 into Trick Summon again.
So many back 3s.
Another one.
Another. Now he's going to get the Siphon. No clash for you. Oh my word. And he just went for a single standing 1, just in case Happy Power was holding forward there. Oh my god. Happy Power hasn't even had an opening to go for his clash. Alright, here's the conversion. He needs to get this one.
Oh, he drops it immediately.
I don't think he dropped it, but I think he just didn't get the reset. He
the Stampede was blocked, that's what I'm saying. Oh, wow. I will say, that is definitely a bit more one-sided than we were expecting. When we saw these guys fight in Winners Top 8 Round 1, Happy Power actually took the first game relatively convincingly. And it wasn't until Game 2 that Irish Mantis was able to return the favor, and then we saw Happy Power going to Flash. So this is... Ooh, he's not wasting any time, he's going straight back into it.
I don't know why he's doing this. I really feel like his Flash has a better chance. Like, you're asking why he's going in for Grodd, and that's because when they fought in the winners bracket, the first game they played was Grodd versus Atrocitus. It was a really dominant win for Happy Power. He won that first game when they fought in winners, and it was dominant enough that I think he feels like his Grodd wins. Also, I know these guys run this matchup in casuals as well, and Atrocitus, it's not a fun matchup for the Flash. We saw Happy Power lose that matchup at Vianality. I mean, he'll have his own reasons for picking this matchup.
I mean, these guys are more than just meeting in bracket. Like, they are complete training partners. You know, this is like watching Sonic Fox and Scar back in the MKX days, right? This is like Foxy and Madsen. These are guys that play every day together, and you are going to see character picks that you might find questionable, because this point, they're playing against the player more so than they're playing against the character. You don't play that much together and don't pick up on certain things and feel that certain characters deal with that better.
I mean, how many times did we see, like, Madden pick, like, Jason against Foxy and Pro League? Like, these things happen when you're training partners, but right now, Mantis is just completely cooking that Grodd to a ridiculous degree. This is going to be the last game we see Happy Pal go with Grodd, that's for sure. No way. This is way too dominant, and this is going to be a wake-up for people to say, man, you've got to pull this one out. You got to go with a different character. Because, like,
Mantis,
he's just not fighting.
Patience again, Mantis, he's just looking for a moment for Happy Pal to just press something that he's going to regret. The Siphon comes through, uh-oh.
And this is a dangerous position. He's got loads of bar, but Mantis is straight up not allowing him to flash. He's giving him no openings, but the entire time, Happy Pal's taking draining from the Siphon, he's taking chip damage, and if he does get hit, it's with the back 3 or forward 3, which you can't flash. He's playing this so perfectly. But again, it comes down to, even though these guys are playing casuals regularly, Mantis has a lot of experience against Omega K's Grodd, like an extensive amount. They've played in at least 3 exhibitions, I'm pretty sure. And he's just going in for the cancels, and yes, he's getting the cancels, but Mantis just not biting.
I mean, Mantis has no reason to care. Okay,
he'll take the grabs all day.
I mean, it is going to add up quickly, and it's likely to disappear, but the second he presses a button, it's going to work. Oh, the delay. Irish Mantis was definitely expecting an air tech from Happy Pal.
Yeah, because he knew he wasn't going to let him go for the wager. And there's the back-to-back, so he's going to take the round. Now, don't count out Happy Pal, because the second he gets one clean opening, he can do half-life into more damage. He just needs to land that hit first.
Oh, foregoing the damage just to get the cat out. Chipping down one hit at a time. He wants the unclashable stuff.
If Happy Pal air techs that as well, it would have been like the gift that keeps on giving. We've got Dexter and the meter out of Happy Pal. That was a wonderful anti-air. Very, very standard in this matchup to go for the up breath out of a jump in. Alright, here we go. Is it enough? No, this has to be game. Okay,
oh wow. I mean, as tidy as Happy Pal's Grodd has been, the cancels look pretty clean. I don't think it's enough to win, because he has to reset the bracket now as well. Like, Happy Pal has his work cut out for him here. He has to reset the bracket, and then he has to win again. And I don't think Grodd is the character that's going to do that for him. We saw his Grodd do amazingly well earlier on, but I feel like Mantis has really kind of adjusted to it. I don't think it's the right thing to do.
Definitely. Well, actually, we're talking about changing. We were talking about changing to Flash, right? But his Batman in Winners, it was 3-2. So it was actually 3-2 when they fought in Winners, because his Grodd won the first game and then he lost, and then he changed to Batman and then lost, but then won, and then it was the final game. I really don't think he wants to do Flash versus Trossus, but Batman did actually give him. Excuse me, sorry, choking on air. Batman gave him the best chance.
Oh, neutral jump. What a read from Happy Pal. They didn't want to spend his first bar on the restand, though. To save it, I think. But now you're going to be seeing a lot more of those kind of like raw puddles from Irish Mantis. He doesn't have to worry about the leap that Grodd obviously would normally be able to get clean over. Also, Grodd can actually punish the puddle on block with leap into one almost anywhere on screen. Of course, Batman not going to have quite the same luxury.
Now, there's the reset. Gotta guess left or right. If you're an execution monster like Happy Pal, learning the execution for Batman combos and Batman Vortex is like child's play.
Absolutely. And he has now got himself quite a lead. And that's going to be a good trade for him. Absolutely, Happy Pal. He hasn't got any bar, but look at the life lead. That's what he needs.
Right, there's the 1-1-1. Takes the fact that 1-1-1 is actually slightly plus on block, if I remember correctly. There it is.
Oh, lands in front.
I think he must have been expecting him to land the other side.
Oh, there's the whip punish. Oh! Oh, great stuff from Irish. Oh, there's Siphon again. Happy Pal, be careful. Just being near Atrocitus now is going to be doing so much damage.
Oh. Instant jump. I actually really feel like Batman is an incredibly Happy Pal character. I'm surprised he hasn't played Batman much before. There's the conversion. Oh my god, optimization.
He knew he wasn't close enough to the background bounce and had to go with normal optimals just to make sure the cat is out. Oh, Happy Pal. bar. Oh, and again,
His blocks have been so good all tournament. Right, there's the guaranteed siphon. Guaranteed.
Oh, look at that damage. I mean, this is tournament point. If Irish Mantis takes away this life bar, he's going to be the winner today and take all those IPS points. He's one life bar away from doing it. All the siphon goes through.
But he has to get this combo. He has to make it count. Yes, full go everything just to get the reset. Left or right.
Oh, he got
it in front.
Rage gives you
But that's the best time to get hit by a Vortex, is when you have the Clash and more bar to guarantee it. So I can't imagine how How's going to spend this. This is only bar. How, man, this didn't spend anything either. What a call out.
That was a personal matchup read right there. Excellent throw tech. No tech this time. Okay, he's going to lose Dexstar, but he's got so much meter.
Oh, another throw. Happy Pal has to be so careful now. He's got the Clash, but this is Atrocitus. Anything here is going to be beat burn forward 3. If he gets hit by a puddle in any degree, this game is over. He has super as well. Oh!
Yeah, he should take the minus frames. Let him be minus. Uh-oh, plus.
Oh, the siphon.
Watch out.
He's just walking him down. Oh
my God. He captured it.
The Clash.
He's dead. No, he's dead, man. He's dead. He's going to spend 3 bars. He's going to hurt Happy Pal, and he's going to go for some tip damage. What? They spent nothing. Are you kidding? He's got super. Oh my God. What if Happy Pal loses to super? What if Happy Pal loses to super? Uses the bats to try and cover it. Nope. Watch out.
Watch it, he's chipping him down. He can afford to be patient here. He can hold the bar.
Oh, there it is! He supers to finish it. And of course, Mantis fishing for it the entire time, shutting down Happy Pal the way Happy Pal has been shutting down everyone else the entire tournament. Mantis winning IPS EU Online Cup. That was a ridiculous result.
That was an incredible finish from Irish Mantis. A 3-0 result. Happy Pal. I mean, understandable, right? He went with Grodd at the start due to how well his Grodd did earlier on. Stuck with it, perhaps arguably a game too long, but decided to go to Batman, and clearly the adjustment was there. You know, you're not going to see him go to Flash. That matchup is not good for his main at all. But what a finish. Perfect finish from Irish Mantis. And it's like I said before, Irish Mantis is arguably the best Atrocitus player right now, and it's because of stuff like that: optimizations, character knowledge, and everything in between. And huge congratulations to a well-deserved first place. So we had Irish Mantis first place, Happy Pal second, and Tekken Master third. What a top 3, a fitting top 3 based on who we saw enter this cup.
I think in this part of the world, they are currently the 3 strongest players. And I think this kind of performance really confirms that to everyone. I think now the tournament's done, we're going to have to go over the standings as they are. Once again, I'm going to go into a veil of darkness while I check the points. And again, so right now we can see that Happy Pal with 95 points and Mantis with 100. This win has now put Mantis into 225 points, which actually puts, I believe, him at 8th place. He is just underneath Hayate now. So Mantis is now, he's within top 10. He is comfortably in there. I think he's just surpassed Honeybee, who is now 9th. And then we look at Happy Pal, who at the time I lost him real quick. Happy Pal has 95 points. And then we add 80 on top of that. So as it currently stands, I believe he also is in there in the top 12. But the difference with Happy Pal is I'm not sure Happy Pal is going to be attending other IPS events. So this win, what we've learned from today is that Tekken Master is now in a better situation. He was in the top 12 before, and I believe he remains in there with his top 3 placing because 3rd place takes home 65 points. So he's there currently, and it just depends on who's going to be able to travel to more. But Mantis's big win was pretty much the most important thing to take away from this tournament. He is now in a pretty fantastic point, and the pressure is going to be on Tekken Master to make sure that he can basically attend the final event in SCR if need be, or there's obviously the last chance qualifier at East Coast Throwdown as well. So the 3 players that have benefited greatly from this cup, Mantis, Happy Pal, Tekken Master, the top 3, it's no surprise, but a great, I think, example of what European injustice is currently like.
I'm happy to see the turnout that we had and the caliber of players that showed up. I know we definitely haven't had the chance to see as much of Europe this year as we did last year, and that has been disappointing for many of us. But I like seeing this kind of event, that when we finally get the chance, this year to showcase this kind of thing, that the players, they're coming out and they're delivering. We saw AWP, these newer players. We saw AWP, we saw Dizzy, we saw, so many Europeans that we either don't get the chance to see too often, or we just like seeing and don't see enough of, but it really is all about that, right? Is showing what Europe can do and what International Injustice 2 looks like. And I think the guys delivered today, and I'm really happy that the level of play was where it was. And huge congratulations to Irish Madness and Happy Pal for getting that bit closer to qualifying for finals. I really hope at least one of them can make it. It all depends on whether they can make the final events in the IPS. I have no doubt. But hopefully this has given them a good opportunity to really push through and get that closer to the finals, because European representation needs to be there, and it would be perfectly fitting for these two to be there.
Well, I think that's basically all we have time for. Thank you all very much at home for watching. It's been quite an interesting experience. I do a lot of home broadcasts for different games and different cups, but it's definitely the first time we've done one for Injustice. Shout outs to all the guys behind the scenes currently doing the stream. Obviously, we're not the ones doing the stream. That does belong to the Intersport chaps and what have you, kind of putting in the work. And it's been an exciting tournament from our perspective, and it's been great to kind of see the results go the way they have been.